Invasion angle.
Sleigh bells ring. Are you listening?
It's the holiday episode of Invasion Angle. We've got so many guests, so
It's gonna
special
be fun.
messages.
Yeah, it's a
Walk
winter
in.
wonderland, you pieces of shit. Welcome to the Invasion Angle podcast.
We out here.
Episode 50, the holiday. I don't even know if we number. There's
No,
a
it would
number.
be 49 if there's a number on
49.
it.
I think we got a
Is
number
it?
that's special.
This would be 49, yeah.
Okay, I think I did episode 40. I had a dream where we did episode 49. And
I want to live in
yeah,
your head.
yeah. We
Like
we
the
had
49ers were there.
49ers. We interviewed Luigi. It was
Oh,
We
nice. Yeah.
69 with the 49ers.
Yep, it was special. So, I mean, this is a great holiday special. We're going to have tons of special messages from some of the coolest people in the world, from all different parts of media, from wrestlers, some streamers to sickos. We got them all.
Is Sketch
You
gonna be
might,
on?
you might put a girl on. I don't know.
I
I,
don't know. All I know is I'm excited. That's all I know.
And all those people are sickos
yeah,
who sent messages.
they
Yeah.
are. They're sickos, and a lot of them are surprises. I don't even know who's going to show up and send us a great holiday message, but we've just affected so many people in positive ways this year that I have a good feeling there's going to be a lot of them. And yeah, our first guest, who you'll be seeing a little bit is Pup, and he's been on the show before, and he's a pod favorite of ours. So it's we had to bring him back for the holiday special because
That's the
it's a
gift that we're
special.
giving to ourselves, really.
And yeah, and then after Puff, we've been talking about it all year, but we will have the interview with the one, the only Goldberg, and that's right.
Dude.
Yep,
I'm
and
so excited for this.
I don't see Goldberg in a lot of other wrestling podcasts.
No.
I don't see it. I
Mhm.
don't
Yeah.
see it.
We're
Chris Van
basically,
Fleet is
I was
probably
just
it,
gonna say, we're basically three Chris Van Vliets, but like times
Yeah,
10.
yeah, and not as nice and don't have any moral virtues. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Can't take a
um,
chop like he can.
yeah. So before Pup comes, do we have a special message from anyone yet?
I hope so.
Yeah,
Let me see.
but
Let me see what's in the docket right now.
I
yeah,
think Chris Van Fleet eats babies.
I don't know,
Dude,
dude.
I've heard that rumor, but I think that might be Sean Ross Sapp. Oh, I'm not seeing
Do you
our
think Sean Ross Sapp
messages.
has sex with trees because of his
Yeah, I
last
mean,
name?
yeah, Sean Ross. Yeah, Sean
He's probably
Treesap
a
is how I like to call him.
sapiosexual, you know?
Yeah.
Only likes people that are
Whatever
smart.
that means.
If there's anyone eating babies,
It
it's
was like a thing a couple years
Comrade
ago.
Thompson.
That's
Comrade
not
Thompson's eating the
nice,
babies
dude.
up. I'm eating the babies up, and I'm selling some houses. Come on down.
Jason, do we have
You
any
want me to buy your
messages?
house? I'll buy your house and I'll
Please,
sell it.
Jason.
Wow, me and my pumpkin pie. It looks like we have the first holiday message coming
Who
in
is it?
hot
Who
to the
is it?
North Pole. Yeah, who is it?
I have a feeling it's exciting.
Oh,
Oh my, no.
Hey everyone, Shaun Weiss again. Welcome back to the Invasion Angle podcast, where they put on their game faces and do nothing but talk about pro wrestling. It's the greatest pro wrestling podcast in the world, and I'm glad you're here. Either way, hey, yeah.
He did. He said the
wow.
either way thing, dude. Either way, dude. Thank,
What a guy.
thank Saint Nick for this. Thank Krampus. Wow, like I don't know how else you start a holiday special without a legend like
It is
Shoe Nice.
it's a Christmas miracle.
It really is,
That is
just when you think
organs work.
just when you
Yep.
think like you get older and things aren't like magical or special, you know?
The magic's still alive, dude. It is still alive.
We put the special in holiday special.
Well,
Thanks, Shoe Nice.
yeah, that was really great, and of course, after Shoe Nice, we've got something just
Dude,
as great, if better.
dude,
Mr.
I
Puff
think
is
I'm
back in the
second only.
building. Yeah, it's hard. It's a hard act to follow, but I think if someone's gonna do it, it's you, Puff.
Dude, what a
Um,
legend. What a guy. Hope he's doing well this holiday season.
yeah,
We love
yeah,
Hope
Shoe
he's
Nice.
staying warm.
yeah. I'm
Definitely.
sure. definitely staying warm. And yeah, we're happy to have you back on the pod.
Hell yeah,
And I think
Hey.
we should start out drinking up.
dude. Have to. I
Yeah.
got I got Chris Cranberry Blizz Starry, zero sugar. Oh wait, I forgot my camera's up here. Look at that.
There you go.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
It never
It-
focuses when I want it to. And let me say, I'm gonna fresh crack this. Tell me if it picks up.
yeah.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. There's no better sound than that. This
Hell
stuff
There
yeah.
is
isn't.
giving winter spiced cranberry Sprite Zero a run for its money.
I
I was gonna
agree.
say LeBron's gonna be really shaking in his boots this holiday.
Yeah.
Puff and Starry, I'm here to tell you.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been seeing
Yeah.
they got Starry ads all over TikTok.
Oh, dude, it's
All these
flooded.
fake ass like
Yeah.
Instagram influencer models talking about
Yeah.
how, oh, I've always hated soda, but then I found Starry. No, you fucking didn't. They
Yeah.
messaged
They
you and
found
said,
you.
drink this
Yeah.
shit and sell it for us, you idiot. Like, get the fuck
Yeah.
out of here.
Do you guys remember early TikTok when Bang Energy was like in every single person's video?
Oh
They were
my
just they were
God.
just
Tiny.
paying
Yeah.
anyone.
Yeah.
did
Did it
that
have
with,
like
like-
creatine in it too or something?
They did that with with wrestlers too, because they
Yeah.
were always at the
A
gym and
lot
shit.
of people were sponsored by Bang for a minute.
Yeah.
Oh
And then
yeah,
the CEO went on his Instagram. Like I was following the Bang train for a second. Then the CEO, like immediately after a school shooting, put out a manifesto about how you got to have more guns and more God in school. And this is what Bang is all about.
Yeah, it is.
Well, that's why they call it Bang
I was gonna say
because
it's
Uh,
a crazy accurate name.
Bro,
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
What
classic.
is it? These CEOs, man. What the fuck is it
Dude.
with these guys? I've got a drink too.
I
For
saw
the
that.
holiday special. I have the Poppy Cranberry Fizz, and
That's
I lost
crazy.
me.
And you
And
disappeared.
it is fucking delicious
Is
because
it?
yeah, because I mean Poppy's also a prebiotic, so it's good for
Yeah.
you. But yeah, it's very different as far as I love the holidays cranberry sodas. I think like Starry is fucking amazing. Like I think I like it more than the Sprite Chill. I think
Yeah.
I definitely do. Um, you know, I've been doing the Canada Dry Fruit Splash, but I
Got
feel
a
like they
Zin
usually
chill.
have a cranberry too, though, don't they? It was the fucking ginger. But yeah, it's pretty good. Poppy always
Sorry.
kind of tastes kind of different, but this one is it's very interesting.
Yeah, those
I would say
prebiotic
it's very
sodas are
strong.
weird.
Yeah, it's a very strong and tart like cranberry, so I kind of dig it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I got an empty Diet Coke.
Dude, hell yeah.
Uh,
How did it taste when it was not empty?
Dude, it was phenomenal. Just
Hell
like
yeah.
always.
Oh,
uh,
fucking yeah. Oh, dude, I just noticed you're wearing a fucking Earl shirt. Dude, I love
Oh,
that
he is.
Oh
early
yeah.
Earl logo.
John got me this for Christmas one year. Funny enough.
I had that shit on everything, bro.
uh,
I
This
love
is
that.
this is an OG too. Like people see this and they're like, "What the heck?"
Dude, can we play some Earl? Is that copyrighted? Can we listen to Pre right now?
I think basically it's allowed if we only put it on Spotify and not Apple or something like
Really?
that. There's some
Isn't
weird
it the
shit like
first
that.
15 seconds? You can play 15 seconds, right?
You can?
Yeah. Well,
Fucking that.
that's what This Is Important does.
Yo, fun
Yeah.
fact, if you scroll all the way down to the one of the first posts on my Instagram, it's a video of me at an Earl concert, and it's Earl singing Pre or rapping Pre, but he's doing like the first part that's not him in like the studio version. He's like, because it's only him,
That's
obviously.
awesome.
And it's fucking sick. That show was, I saw him in Syracuse and we were fucking right on the guardrail. And I asked him to play a song off of like this early days when I was like, you would spell it on the phone. And I was like, play this song. I don't want to talk about what song it was because I was like an idiot when I was younger.
Hey,
But he-
listen, I was a big fan of him too during that time period. And I was
Yeah.
like, I was listening to some of those like suggestive lyrics, and I'm like, he's just being artistic and he's trying
Yeah.
to
He's being like a character.
he's trying to show you that this is what a villain really thinks like,
Yeah.
you
You
know?
ever hear
That's
E-Par,
how I
bro?
did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
E-Par, exactly.
Yeah.
He did stuff with
Jesus.
Vince Staples too. Really, he
He's
had a
on
lot of
that
scary
song,
songs with
yeah.
him too. Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
I don't even listen to a lot of Vince Staples, but I saw Vince Staples in Philly one time. It was great.
Yeah, he's pretty
And also
talented.
shout out Vince Staples on I Bet Elementary.
How is oh dude, I haven't seen the new season too much.
Always Sunny's going to be
It
on
didn't
it.
come out yet, right?
I haven't seen season 3
It
or
start
4.
the
Or
new
have
one
it.
starts
Okay.
January, I think, and yeah, with Always Sunny kicking it
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, the
I just
collab's gonna be
started
crazy.
I just started season 3 the other day on Hulu. I should probably go downstairs and watch it right now. I'll talk to you guys
Yeah,
later. I gotta
The
catch
Puff
up
watch
after this.
along. Yeah.
yeah,
I,
we can.
I've also missed the last 2 episodes of Shrinking, so if anyone's watching Shrinking, don't tell me anything.
So
I've been
I want
meaning
to
to
start
start
watching
it.
that because you suggested that last time,
Did
and
I?
Yeah.
I
I
think
think
we
somewhere in my
our
family
family,
we have
yeah,
Apple
just
now.
got Apple, yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, because
I
I
mean,
watched Ted
So that
Lasso and
means
that was
Chris has
cool.
I
Apple
was gonna say,
too.
does that mean I get Apple now?
Yeah,
I
yeah, we all
haven't,
get an Apple for Christmas.
like, if you haven't seen Ted Lasso, obviously watch the
Yeah.
entirety of Ted Lasso first because it's fucking the perfect show of all time.
Pulls at your fucking heartstrings, dude.
Yeah, that's a
That's
good one.
Shrinking is right up there with it, bro. It's so good. Shrinking is so fucking good. It's so fucking
yeah,
good.
yeah. I mean, I do. I love Jason Segel and Harrison Ford, so I
Mhm.
I like the synopsis
Jessica
for
Williams,
it.
I feel like she steals the show a lot of the times.
Yeah.
Love
What's your
her.
favorite holiday movie, Puff?
Ooh, good question. I haven't seen Jingle All the Way in a long time. I remember liking it a lot.
Good
I really
one.
like The Night Before.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Night Before is a good one.
Classic.
Feel like it's slept on a lot. That movie's great.
Yeah, because you can never find it when you want to watch it. It's crazy. I don't
Yeah,
know.
So,
Elf is obviously a classic.
yeah.
I'm trying to think of a sleeper holiday movie.
I just
Uh,
watched Christmas Vacation and it holds up better than like the other ones, I think.
I've never seen it. I've never
I've
seen
only
it.
seen it
Wow.
once. Yeah. And
Wow.
also, The Night Before is
This
buried
is from it.
on Stars right now.
Oh God, fuck
Oh my
Stars. Why does
God.
Stars even exist? To keep
That's where.
good
Yeah.
movies away from people?
Dude, we don't fuck with
Yeah,
Stars, but
It's
we
to
fuck with
keep
Starry.
Dude,
true.
yeah,
Stars exist so that people can pirate stuff. Like they just want that
Yeah.
to happen.
yeah.
yeah.
Fuck
Nah,
Stars.
a
Get fucking
sleeper
Stars the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
holiday movie is Trapped in Paradise.
What is that?
It's 1994, Nicolas Cage, John Lovitz,
Oh my
and
God,
Dana
it
Carvey.
hits.
Yeah, that's an epic movie.
Dude, and they go to it's called Paradise, Pennsylvania, but it's basically supposed to be like a small town like Bethlehem area, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
What?
And it's
It's
like
on Tubi.
it's three New York
Free with
guys.
ads?
Yeah, free with ads.
Free with
It's
ads, Tubi?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's three brothers, two who just got out of jail, go to rob a bank in Paradise, Pennsylvania, and then learn the true meaning of Christmas along the way.
yeah.
Dude,
Fuck
Nick
everyone
Cage, John
over.
Lovitz, and Dana Carvey?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
phenomenal.
and they're brothers, and you end up
They're
believing it
brothers. Yeah.
somehow.
That's fucking
Yeah,
And he's like he plays like the straight like just normal type character and they're like just the wackos that are
Bro,
very
Dana
dumb.
Carvey plays like he's insane in this movie.
It's so
Like
bizarre,
Yeah.
the
dude.
accent he picks is like is nuts.
yeah.
Where does his character lie on the scale of 1 to Master of Disguise?
It's
Oh,
one of
Pretty
the. It's one of
close.
them. It's definitely
It's
like a
yeah, it's
character could have
definitely
been in
one
it.
that he disguised
Uh,
himself as.
I'm trying to see
Wait,
who.
did you guys know the turtle scene was shot the morning of 9/11?
yeah, and they
Get the
knew like
fuck out of here.
it already happened, and they're just like
Yeah,
we
and
don't want to waste money because it costs
they're
a
like,
bunch of
we don't
money
want
to
to
rent
waste
the set.
money, but like, let's like put
Guys.
our best foot forward in this, and let's put the best like energy in this. Let's make America laugh with this scene. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm not kidding.
Dude.
It's like he did like a whole speech.
yeah, he did. He
I
did
know
the
there's a
Vince
lot going on. I
McMahon.
know a lot just happened. I know we're still getting information, but we
Yeah,
gotta get this turtle scene today.
yeah,
I'm
Dude,
feeling a little turtly.
yeah.
we got the whole outfit. Turtle.
People are all the extras are crying.
The
It's like a
cameraman is like
fucking
shaking
Oh my
or
God.
something.
yeah. Like
That's
my family is in New York City.
Jesus.
We need to get the turtle scene done. Take
we're
45.
waiting for phone calls from our children. Like
Yeah.
turtle scene. Do you want to get
Now.
paid?
Yeah, it's definitely the Vince McMahon, Owen Hart thing of the movie industry for sure. The
Mhm.
whole show must go on thing. We're
Yeah,
we're making people smile. We're
That's
making people
true.
happy.
Can you play the
But
trailer to Trapped in Paradise? Can you share the screen?
Yeah, I can do that right now, but you guys
Who?
just talk during it.
yeah, so
Uh,
another, what about Fred Claus, dude? Is it
Fred
such a
Oh,
Claus
pe
dude, Fred
is
Claus.
phenomenal.
Fred
Paul.
Claus is a classic. Paul
Yeah,
Giamatti. I love
yeah,
Paul
Santa
Giamatti.
He's
I
Claus.
still
good.
haven't watched the whole movie.
Holdovers too with
Friend
him
of the show,
is
Stephen Baldwin.
Dude, I gotta watch fucking Holdovers this weekend.
Holdovers is phenomenal.
Dude,
Yeah,
it's
have
a
you
good
seen
holiday
it?
movie. It's a
Great
Christmas
things.
movie, right?
It
Yeah.
Holdovers. Yeah,
is.
Yeah, yeah. I would consider it,
It's
dude.
it's
It's
it pulls
amazing.
at your heartstrings.
It
I
does.
love the
It does.
Holdovers.
Yeah, I didn't expect much from it. I thought it was gonna be a solid movie, but I'm like, this is kind of a classic. I feel like this is something you watch it and you're like, yeah, this is pro. This is
Dude,
fucking everything. I wouldn't change anything about it for sure.
speaking of movies, did anyone go see Interstellar in fucking IMAX?
No, I saw
No.
that. Looks
Bro,
sick.
I just realized I missed the last showing of it earlier today because I fell fucking asleep. Um, I saw it once in IMAX, dude. What a fucking movie. That shit rules.
Yeah.
What's on
Yeah.
that
It's a cool.
skateboard? Did I just see One Piece? Is that One Piece up there?
No, she's a skateboarder called Bryce
Bryce.
Wetstein.
Are
Okay.
you a One Piece fan, Puff?
No, no. My little brother is. I hate anime. I'm very
Oh
anti-anime.
man, come on. I mean,
I
But
I'm
got
not
the
super into it. I read it because my friend put me
Yeah.
on. He's like, you
yeah,
gotta read it.
I
bro
got the
got a
Holdovers
VHS of
VHS.
Holdovers. And it's
Yeah.
red and white. That's a Christmas movie for sure. Oh, I'm looking
Yeah.
at ornaments.
I like to fuck with people like anime because I'm not a huge anime guy either. I'm just like, yeah, I love anime, like Pokemon.
Okay, guys.
It's 2 minutes long.
20th
Trailers were
Century
different.
Fox would like you to meet
Trailers were
the
different.
Furbo family. Dave,
Once released from this prison, I, much like my reptilian brother, the pterodactyl, shall fly high above my problems.
Alvin,
Excuse me. The sign says take a pen, not take all the pens.
Bill,
Look at that abandoned car. That's my car. Oh.
their ma,
Beautiful dreamer.
Hey, Edna, how'd you like to ride in the trunk of the car?
Edna, are we sleeping together? I think not.
One Big Temptation,
Forget it.
Forget what?
There's no money in the vault.
And what have we here?
$275,000.
One Brilliant Plan.
This is a robbery! All right, who's got the key? Raise your hand. Oh.
Do you boys really want to do this?
Absolutely.
But on Christmas Eve, it doesn't seem right.
One Huge Mistake.
I just did what the map said. I made 4 lefts.
4 lefts? Is that circle, you idiot?
Robbing the bank was easy.
Oh my God, are you okay?
Well, we're not dead, if that's what you mean.
Why don't you come join my family and me for a wonderful Christmas dinner by the fire?
But surviving the nicest little town in the world,
Here we are. That's the whole
that's
movie.
the hard part.
This is the entire movie.
Rob these people.
Here, let's pause. Let's turn it off. Cut it. Cut. I want to go see this. I'm not gonna look anymore.
Yeah, they
It
literally
definitely is giving away the entire movie.
the trailer. It's literally showing the whole movie, and they won't let Dana Carvey speak once. They said him to go.
Dude,
It's had him laugh, but dude, the way he talks is insane.
I want to watch that, so I don't want
Yeah.
to see anymore.
Yeah,
movies
no,
were
yeah.
different back then.
What's it with the '90s, dude? Like, you just go to the theaters and like, here's the trailer, and it's just like, I don't have to see the movie anymore.
Yeah, no.
They literally broke it down. Here's
every.
every single character. This is the inciting incident. This is the fucking.
This is how it
That's-
ends.
That's why you have to
Yeah.
watch the teaser trailer.
Now they're doing fucking teasers where they don't show you shit. They show
Yeah.
you crypto.
They show you 16 title cards in different fonts.
That's true.
I love that.
Yeah,
Did you guys see
exciting.
the Superman one today?
yeah, I did.
I didn't see it.
They're trying to make me excited about it. I'm kind of getting excited. I don't know. I'll say I have big hopes for Mr. Gunn and his new universe.
Bro, Regal Unlimited, I'll go see anything. I don't even give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you gonna see
Also-
Craven?
Dude, I haven't seen Craven. I want to go see
I
Craven.
want to, and I don't
Oh,
care if
sick.
people are talking shit, dude. I don't care what they say. That's
Me
how
neither.
cult classics are made, dude.
Here's what wise words to live by. If you've ever seen the movie Big Daddy starring Adam Sandler, most critics are cynical assholes.
Yep.
Boom. So I don't give a shit what people say.
Yeah. They don't have a sense of humor either, and they also gave Little Nicky like one of the worst ratings ever, and that's a fucking classic too.
What?
Yeah, if you look at like ratings for Little Nicky, it's like awful, and they like shit
Have
on it.
they
And I was just,
seen Little Nicky?
yeah, it blew my
Yeah.
mind because I remember
Dude,
just like going
fucking
back on
jump off
Wiki
the
one
fucking
day.
cliff. Get
Yeah,
fucked. Get
That
the fuck.
movie has like serious like new metal energy, and I think society just wanted to reject new metal as much as they could,
I
you
don't know.
know.
I feel like it captured that time better than anything.
I
To tell
think
you the
so
truth,
too. That's all
Dude,
I
the
can do to
soundtrack
think
was
back of
awesome.
that time.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
this
get Popeyes right after this and watch Trapped in Paradise. I'm gonna get
yeah,
Popeyes in honor of Little Nicky,
There
you
you go.
gotta.
dude, because Popeyes chicken is fucking awesome.
It,
My
Is
the
that what the
shit's
line
brother
is? I
nasty.
might have fucked it up. I don't know. What does he say?
Yeah,
Which
Popeyes
one?
chicken is fucking awesome, right?
yeah, and then the other one
Fucking
says
awesome.
it's the shiznaz,
Is
like the
it?
demons too.
Popeye's
Yeah,
chicken's the shiz now.
Something like
I,
that.
I think that the demon says that, like one of the random
Yeah.
ones, but I think he
Yeah.
says it's fucking awesome.
And
But
then he like makes bunnies appear, and one of the demons eats the bunny's ears off, and he's like, "No, you
Yeah.
pet the bunnies. You
And
gotta
then he
pet
puts it
uh,
back.
them."
He puts the
yeah,
ear back.
Takes it back on.
yeah.
Right, Frank?
I was definitely a
Wow.
kid running around saying, "I'm gonna put my winky in your kitchen sinky for sure," because that's like one of the
That is
funniest
that is a
lines.
good line. That is a good line.
But
But yeah,
so we were talking.
Wait, Jason never said his movie though.
Yeah,
my
what's your
movie.
movie, dude?
Well, I was saying Christmas Vacation, but I also like A Christmas Story.
Yeah,
Fuck you. Move on.
Want to hear
I,
something?
Okay, Family Man with Nick Cage, where he wakes up and he's a family man.
Dude, good pick.
Okay.
You want to
Move
hear
on.
something that you're not gonna like?
Yeah.
Yes.
I fucking hate A Christmas Story.
Dude, it's not great.
I respect that.
It makes me
Yeah.
so uncomfortable. I hate when it's on. I hate seeing it. I don't like anything about it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know why
yeah.
they picked that one to be
I'm-
24 hours.
I'm like, I have a weird thing with like kind of coming of age movies, and I feel like A Christmas Story is kind of a coming of age movie,
Yeah.
and it just makes me uncomfortable, and I hate it.
Fair enough.
Like Boyhood, you ever see Boyhood?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hate it. Lady Bird.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't fuck with
Like
Lady
I
Bird.
saw it, and it just made it just like I don't want to say hate, but it just makes me uncomfortable. I don't like that. Eighth Grade by Bo Burnham, who I fucking
I love that movie.
Dude,
I hate Eighth Grade. It makes me so uncomfortable. I hate that shit.
I hate the
Did you
Fair
see
enough.
mid '90s? You see
No,
mid '90s?
I don't want to
Yeah,
see
that
it.
that
Oh,
would
it's
make you
cute,
uncomfortable.
man.
I think Holdovers is kind of a coming of age film.
No, it's not. No, it's not, dude. It's
I
And
wouldn't
the kid is
say.
coming of age.
Paul
It's borderline.
Giamatti. Okay.
It
Yeah, I'm
doesn't
gonna
have
Google
that
it.
as
I'm gonna see what Google AI says if it's coming of age or not.
Okay.
yeah.
You
We
like
are
Perks
AI.
of Being a Wallflower?
Never saw that.
Okay.
I wonder if you-
Booksmart.
Dude,
I'm just looking at a list now.
I kind of fuck
It's
with
good.
Booksmart, but I hate
Yeah.
Superbad.
Really?
It's
Thank you.
It's
Thank
the answer
you.
to Superbad, like total
Yeah.
male energy, you know.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm glad I found someone else that hates Superbad because I always thought it was overrated. And I thought Hot Rod, which came out the same
No,
year,
I
was a
love
lot
Hot Rod.
better.
Okay,
I
yeah,
thought it
Hot
was so
Rod
much better.
definitely is untouchable.
I thought it was better than Superbad. Superbad was just, I don't know, all the jokes were just like
Yeah.
expected. I don't know. You know, it's
What
didn't do
is
too much for me.
What's the sickest Christmas gift you guys have gotten
Um,
in your
I
life?
don't have an answer.
Fucking ever do. What about all the stuff I've
Wow.
gotten you, Chris?
I know the worst.
What's
the
the
worst?
worst? Yeah, that's probably better. What's the worst?
All right. The worst I got was both my aunt got both my brothers New York Jets autographed trading cards when we were like 8 years old. And then she got me a New York Jets Chad Pennington Christmas ornament and not a trading card. I was like, yo, what the fuck? Everyone else got autographs. I got a dumbass
is that-
Got
ornament.
you a shitty ornament?
And guess
Yeah.
what?
I
Guess
got a
what?
pretty-
I hung it up this year. So
I was
That,
gonna say,
you
is
can
it in the
only use at
trailer?
Christmas time. Fuck it. Dude, ornaments are a terrible gift.
yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
I
yeah.
agree.
Like
Once a year.
you can't gift them on Christmas because what are you gonna do? Have it on the
Christmas
tree
is
for
over.
2 more days?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Christmas is over. The fuck.
fuck out of here.
That's like I remember getting like from family members like arts and crafts things. And I'm just like, what the fuck am I gonna do with that, dude? Like,
One time,
really?
my mom's like boyfriend at the time got me a Kangol hat. Like,
Dude, why are you not rocking a Kangol hat right
but
now?
dude,
Samuel L. Jason.
I've
Come on.
I have a very big head, like in
So do I.
person. Yeah, so I went to put it on and it just kind of like sat on the top.
Dude, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
So I gave it to my
Yeah.
sister.
I wore it before that. I actually wore it a few times out.
Yeah, you got a
And
normal size head.
no, it was I had to like rip it down, but I got it
Jason
on.
stretched it out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
stretch it out with your giant head.
What a life.
But yeah. So we were talking Christmas time. What kind of I know you what kind of like Christmas shows have you done wrestling wise? I know you were kind of talking one earlier,
Uh,
which
I I just did Blissmas, which
That's C4, right?
no, that's Buffalo. That's Better Lovers.
Okay, okay.
Familiar with Better Lovers? There,
yeah, the band, yeah.
it's Every Time I Die minus Andy and Keith.
You've been busy, so it's hard for me to keep up.
Was that the 3 day festival thing they did?
Uh, in previous years, it was 2 years when it was Tid the season, but this year it was just one. Or wait, did I say 2 years? I mean, 2 days.
2 days, yeah.
But this year is just one day. Frank, what are you doing? Frank's
Yeah,
good.
I saw that because I follow Better Lovers too because
Yeah,
I'm a fan of their music and they're pretty badass. But yeah, I saw that posted. I was like that. I wish I was fucking up in the Northeast with the
but
maybe one of these drones could fucking pick me up and bring me up there or
straight up.
something.
Have you seen
It
any
could,
of those, Puff?
I haven't. I thought they were just in New Jersey.
They out here.
They're
I
yeah,
was
not
they're
real,
mostly
dude.
apparently there's been some in DC and then like some in Atlanta. Like people have spotted them in different spots, but like yeah, no, we're in the
It's
dark.
it's Santa. You guys
I
are fucking
saw
stupid.
a
I think it
true.
video.
probably is, dude. He's using the elves and he's using drone
How
technology.
did we
That
not
makes
fucking
sense.
think of that?
Did you see the red one? Come on, guys.
Oh, I didn't see
That's
Red One
right.
yet. Don't spoil. No
Puff,
spoilers. I need to see
don't
it.
do it.
Don't
No,
watch
I'm
it's
it.
told it's great, and I just haven't seen it.
it's fine.
I saw the dude. I looked at it. The most recent movies I've seen. The only two movies I've seen in December were Interstellar in IMAX and
Mhm.
Y2K.
We saw
Oh,
that
we
too,
saw
me and
Y2K, yeah.
Chris.
Bro,
Yeah.
Y2K is in my top five of the entire year.
Oh yeah.
Hell
It
yeah.
was
I
dude, it
Hell
was
yeah.
thought
so funny.
Yeah, it was
I
awesome.
was losing it. That fucking ruled. I love that they spoiler alert. Hold on. Spoiler alert. You got
Turn it
3 seconds
down.
to
It's fine.
mute the next 10 seconds. I love that they killed the dude right off the bat.
Yeah.
Australian
Yeah.
guy. Love him, but rest in piss. I
Yeah.
love that he died right away, even though you thought he'd be like part of the 15 seconds, 15
It's
seconds.
fine, it's fine.
I
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
love that
just
dude. I don't really fuck with Fred Durst, especially now that he's like pro Elon Musk. And like, listen, if you like Elon Musk, guys, you're gonna have to bleep what I'm about to say. Okay. Never mind. I shouldn't say it. Think about like the worst thing you can tell someone, and that's what I think you guys should do if you like Elon Musk. Do any of you guys
Yeah.
like Elon Musk? Are you guys
No.
Not
you guys
really.
big muskets?
he's an M
No.
he's an I don't know, he's an NPC.
I hope he
Yeah.
falls down a well.
I think
I
he's
hate
probably
all
an alien.
nepotism
You need
people.
to get Luigi, yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
Elon Musk needs to fall down a well forever and never be seen or heard from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
His
saying
cars
Yeah.
are his truck is ugly as hell too.
baby Elon from the well.
Dude, the truck is the coolest thing he did, all right?
What?
I'm
You
not
never
gonna
thought
lie,
of
I
that,
did.
did you,
I
Jesse?
have thought dude, the truck is ridiculous, and
Yeah, it's insane.
I
That's
love
why
stupid, ridiculous things.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Bring back the
I thought,
PT Cruiser. We don't need a fucking, you know what I
yeah, that's
mean?
true.
That's the
Another
PT Cruiser for the rich people, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
If
but
you
yeah,
When
fucking,
Bam stole his mom's PT Cruiser.
I would fuck with a Cybertruck if it wasn't made by Elon Musk, if it wasn't Tesla.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm like scared to drive one because I feel like I'll have no idea what I'm doing. And I'll
For
just
real.
crash
Murder
it
a
right
They're like
away.
family.
falling apart. Like if you try to drive on a hill, it'll fucking fall apart. I see all these videos of like
Yeah, the tests.
they just like get torn apart in seconds.
Yeah.
Like you back
It,
into a fucking like parking sign, and you're toast. You're done.
yeah.
Car's
I
gone.
don't I don't get why he said absolutely like he said like nothing about the drones really. And you would think out of anybody that,
Yeah, because
would
he's a fucking whatever. What do you call it? What would you say? What do you call him? He's like he knows
Stunad.
about it. He's part of the machine that's keeping you away from paying attention to him, you know?
Mhm.
He's like a fake conspiracy theorist dude. He's everything about him is not real. Like he wants you to pay attention to made up stuff, not real shit, I guess, if that makes sense.
uh,
I don't know.
Yeah, fair enough.
but we're gonna colonize Mars.
And
We
it's
have
like
to go up there.
when he says we, like it's like him and like his like 500 children, the ones that still talk to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he has any
They,
that still talk to him.
The little
he,
one that doesn't
he's
really
got
have
the
a
little
choice.
guy.
Oh,
The one that
Yeah.
he uses as a bulletproof
Beep,
vest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. The next day, he had that thing right on his chest, dude. Because
Next.
that's the only use for kids nowadays in America.
Wow.
Isn't that fucked? This country.
And also to be extras in Abbott Elementary.
Hey, that's true,
That's the
Yeah.
best case scenario.
dude.
Yeah.
I gotta go watch Abbott Elementary and Trapped in Paradise.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's gonna be a
Yeah.
long night.
They're
Guys, are there
And
any
you gotta
deals going on at Popeyes?
you gotta get the rewards program.
Guys, can we get a Popeye sponsorship for the show?
dude,
I could
it
probably
needs
Let's
to
put
call them.
happen.
Listen,
It
guys,
needs
I came on here to tell you about something. I don't know if you know, but it's saving season. And if you go to Popeyes, you can get your favorite three-piece signature chicken for just $5.
Did you get the you were doing
Popeye's
Popeyes?
chicken.
Remember they're doing like Popeye turkeys for Thanksgiving or some shit?
Dude, I've always wanted one because they look so good, but they're like $70. I'm
Yeah.
like, "Get the fuck out of here."
It's like $80.
And it's like tiny as hell.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember when I
Yeah.
first had them on TikTok.
Mhm.
People were making them and cooking them and saying how good they were. And I wanted it so bad. But then it was fucking like way too much money. I was like, I'm not. It's a
I
tiny
got
ass
a I got enough points for a free regular fry at
dude.
Popeyes.
Well, Cajun fry action. Well, I like that fucking Cajun fry. You know what they got to bring back? The Cajun rice.
Oh yeah, they
Oh,
get
that was
Popeyes
really
had
good
Cajun rice
rice
and had little
there.
pieces of meat in it. It was fucking
Yeah.
incredible. They took it
Damn.
away and then they brought it back for a little bit and then they took it away again. And I'm like, is it seasonal or what? You need to tell me. I need to know so I can prepare. I can stock up.
I ate a McRib recently.
Dude, how was that? I haven't
Yeah,
eaten.
It was before Luigi. I'm still boycotting McDonald's,
Oh,
but yeah, I ate the
what
McRib.
kind of McDonald's? I got a fucking Diet Coke last night.
You should just go. Then you know how you make it up, the karmic balance. You go into the McDonald's and you steal a McRib.
Yes. Okay.
That's probably
I'm
so
all about
hard.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
true.
heist.
You can go to
That's being trapped
McDonald's.
in paradise.
Yeah, or you
Yeah.
eat like 20 McRibs and just do a total paint job in the bathroom.
Dude,
You could do that.
absolutely
Yeah.
fucking
True.
paint those walls. Oh, those
Yeah. Paint the fucking walls, you know?
paint
I
the
don't know
walls.
exactly. The
That's our
minimum wage work,
protest.
yeah, fuck them.
Paint the walls.
Okay, go to the
every
corporate.
Stall. Paint the walls. Every stall.
Yeah. Paint
All right. And then
You're lucky-
after we go to the
you're-
corporate office.
You're
Dude.
lucky they weren't spotted at Buc-ee's, man. Imagine having to paint all their walls.
Yeah.
They have like 200 stalls.
I know.
Oh, shit.
Hell
It was-
yeah.
it was a shit.
But
That's a
the
sick
Bucky's
one.
the Bucky's employees get paid a lot of money though, so
Yeah,
I
no,
guess
we
it's
love Bucky's. That's the thing. We love
we do.
Bucky's.
Exactly.
If he
We're
went to
not
Bucky's, he would have never got caught.
yeah, they would have
That's
been
true.
he would have left with a bunch of different types of jerky. And
He would
I'm
have
saying
beaver
yeah.
nuggets. He'd be eating a
Dude.
pulled pork sandwich.
yeah,
Dude,
maybe
they'd
the
probably-
brisket sandwich.
They would probably give him asylum in a Bucky's.
Yeah.
Like the police would try to
Yeah.
throw him the Bucky's, and the manager would be like, "Hold on."
Yeah.
They would just put him in the
That's it.
outfit.
I was gonna say they put him in the costume.
Dude,
Yeah.
they would have given him a haircut real quick,
Yeah.
This
made him
this is
unrecognizable.
They trim his eyebrows.
yeah,
Sure,
Bucky's
yeah.
this is Bucky's property. It's like going
Yeah.
on like a reservation or something. Like you don't have
Exactly.
any law
You
here,
don't have any fucking
motherfuckers.
No jurisdiction. That's
no
the word.
jurisdiction in the
Yeah,
Bucky's parking lot. Get out of here.
Dude, there needs to be a no ring wrestling event in a Bucky's parking lot.
Yeah.
I feel like because it's so much a part of the wrestling industry now, just because obviously on the road you're hitting Bucky's and it's a magical experience. Like
I've
we'd
never
have
had
to,
Bucky's on a road trip because I never wrestle in the South, and it pisses me off.
you're gonna have to get down here and
I know.
show them what's up.
I need to get down to like North Carolina, fucking Tennessee.
Yeah,
Texas,
I mean,
maybe.
You can always stay at John's when you go to Atlanta.
Dude, I need to
Yeah.
wrestle in Atlanta, bro. That'd be sick.
dude, I mean,
I think they would
I
love you, honestly.
yeah, no, I think you'd be great. And like as I said, like I think a great match and a feud would be Puff
Yep.
versus Fluff.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, brother who tags with Sean Legacy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Listen, you gotta
yeah.
bring me in. I
He's
don't know
he's he's got a cool signature move of like the bulldozer where he lays down and rolls over the opponent and he makes the
Yeah.
noise. He goes
Oh, really?
yeah, and he rolls
Yeah,
over
he's
them back
fun.
and forth. Yeah,
He comes out to Tub Thumper.
yeah, yeah.
What's Tub
And everyone,
Thumper?
It's
I get
by
knocked down.
And I'll Get Up
Oh,
Again.
Chumbawamba.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I
there's
thought of.
I would say
Yeah,
because
Dude,
Y2K.
Y2K.
yeah, I've explored a lot down here, the wrestling scenes, and I would say like for sure you would Disruptor, Southern Honor Wrestling. Yeah, that would
Yeah.
Disruptor. Did they book Dan the Dad somewhat recently?
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Okay. I
because
followed.
they always have a cool gimmick wrestler like that. Like they had what do you call it? Man Scout Manning for a while. Did a
Oh,
lot of
really?
shows with them. So they always have great fucking comedy matches. That's why I like Disruptor a lot. Southern Honor does it too. Southern Honor is a solid mix of like they'll have like
Disruptor had Cobra Kai for a minute. Vancouver brother.
yeah. Disruptor's cool because it's set up. It's like at a brewery, but it's like I don't know brewery slash restaurant, but it's a pro setup and they do some pretty long shows. But like it's a I don't know. It's a great combo of a lot of different wrestlers, up and coming, and just indie wrestlers from across the land. Like last time I
They
was there,
had
it was
Who's the guy with the tent, John? Sorry, to cut you off.
That's
That's Man
Manning.
Scout.
Man Scott
Oh,
Manning.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. We saw him
Oh,
with
yeah.
like
Sorry, dude.
Janela and like Nasty Leroy was his manager for that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
CB Suave was in that match. I think that's his name.
Yeah. We've actually gone to a lot of shows and brought Nasty Leroy to a lot of different shows across Atlanta and like
Yeah.
North Carolina and stuff. And it's
Shout out Nancy Leroy.
He's a real road
Yeah.
dog.
he is a road dog, dude. And he's pro because like for the long parts of the rides, because I remember we went to like Charlotte to see the first event of Ashe
Yeah, that was cool.
wrestling and and we knew Leroy went to this, so like yeah, we'll fucking do that. And like for the long parts where things kind of get quiet, you know, everyone's getting a little tired, like he can go to sleep in like a second. He can literally just press a button and then he's snoring.
He can be mid conversation with you, and then like you turn back and he's just
It's
gone. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And then but what's crazy too is like then at like when you stay at the hotel, like he has to have his cell phone on playing like Busted Open or wrestling podcasts on loud as fuck. And like he has to have that to sleep. And like we would like creep over and press pause. And as soon as the
So
volume goes off,
gently.
he jumps up like someone's attacking him or just like
There
fuck.
was one moment when I did it and I paused it really quietly and I walked back to the bed, I laid down, and then he like woke up, I was like, oh, press the button, and then right back in. Bully Ray just blaring in our fucking ears.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus
Bully Ray.
Christ.
Tonight.
The
Yeah.
last thing we
But
want
yeah,
to hear.
Bully Ray was in my nightmares for sure. But it was dope. I think
Stinky ass bitch.
yeah. But it was fun. Got to do a
Shoot
little
on Bully
little
Ray
road
right
trips.
now, Puff. Shoot
I
on
think
Yeah.
Bully Ray is a loser. I don't have any feelings or care about him. I that's all I have to say. I don't know.
Yeah.
And that was
Yeah.
He usually has bad opinions on wrestling. I don't respect him as a person. I don't care about like, dude, like wrestlers wanting like respect is the dumbest thing on the planet for me. Like it's fucking like I don't know, man. Wrestling's fake. Like, and it's like if you want to be a respectable tough guy in wrestling, like you're an idiot because that's not what wrestling is. Like you're not trying to be tough. Like, and I think he very much wants to be seen as a tough guy. Like a lot of those guys from that era want to like were so like fragile. Like fragile. If you call it like that, like here's the thing. I love that video of the dude slapping the reporter when he's like, was that fake? You know?
Schultz.
Yeah.
Like, but
Yeah, fuck you, John Stossel.
but at the same time, it's like, bro, if someone called wrestling, if someone came up to me trying to like egg me on and be like, hey, you know wrestling's fake, right? I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, I do it. duh.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's not fucking fun and makes a lot of people happy, dude. Franklin is freaking out. I don't know what he wants. I'm sorry.
It's
Like,
still real to him, damn it.
Get that
yeah,
dog some
like,
Popeyes.
dudes like all those dudes back then, they're so like their egos are so fragile. Like they just want to prove that they're tough. It's like, bro, go do MMA then. Like,
Yeah.
And that's why,
hey, like if
guys,
you feel cool about like hitting people for real in a fake wrestling match, like,
yeah,
guess what, bro? They're letting you, and you're taking advantage of it. You're a fucking
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like the real toughest guys like aren't like that. You know what I mean?
No,
Like
if you're
that are
tough,
in
you
the
don't have to
industry.
fucking go around. You know who doesn't have to tell people they're tough? People that are actually tough.
Yeah.
They don't have to say fucking shit about it. Because there's no
Yeah.
like
Yeah, he like believes the gimmick, and like I feel like a lot of the guys from the ECW era, it's like ECW. It's it's crazy as
it's
fuck.
like
So like
what
you're
was Bully
automatically
Ray's, what was his
hardcore.
fucking gimmick? That he was like some dumb idiot?
Yeah,
Stutter?
stuttered with broken glasses. Yeah,
Bubba Ray.
Dude,
just did a bunch of
Well,
spots
he's a
with
dumb
80-year-old
redneck.
women.
Basically, it tracks, you know?
Yeah, and then he just did tons of spots giving power bombs to old ladies, and they shit themselves.
Dude.
That was actually kind of cool.
So
That was
tough.
kind of cool.
Like,
That was the cool. He did one cool thing at least. He had an old lady shit.
power bombing old women through a table is hilarious.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
it is.
Be funny.
Yeah.
Don't try to
Exactly.
be tough. Like that isn't a like that. It doesn't make you tough.
Yeah, he went to TNA and became Bully Ray. Man.
Yeah, I think that
once
gimmick
he
ruined
started,
him.
once he like became engaged to Hulk Hogan's daughter, it was all over, dude. He's badass.
Is that what happened? I thought he was in like a fake motorcycle gang.
Yeah. The
He did that
Aces
too.
and
Imagine
Eights.
if any of those dudes who did that fake motorcycle gang gimmick ran into like a real motor, like Hell's
Oh
Angels,
my god.
and they all just got
Wearing the
fucking
jackets
murdered.
after the
Curb
show.
stomped. Like that would be so sick. Like
Yeah. It would be like
if
Shawn
they
Michaels.
walked around anywhere with those like cuts on, like, oh, we're the aces and eights.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're Hell's Angels. Boom.
Yeah.
Massacred them all. That'd be hilarious because
Oh god.
Yeah, Mr. Anderson, take care of him. Fucking Bischoff's son. Like, come on, dude. Speaking of
Bischoff's
podcasts.
son? Who's Bischoff's son?
Oh yeah, he was in it too.
Jack Bischoff?
Yeah,
That
he's considered
Bischoff.
like one of the he's considered one of the worst wrestlers of all time.
I mean, dude.
Which
I
it makes sense because he just forced his son in there, and then like aces and eights, dude. What a fucking
who are the
baddest
worst
motorcycle
sons of
gang
all
around.
time?
Worst sons of all time.
David Flair.
Jesus.
Yeah, he was.
Jesus was terrible.
Merry Christmas.
Who else?
Worst sons ever. Let's
Worst
Google
son,
it.
Colin Hanks. Best son, Chet Hanks.
Yeah.
Jet's the man, dude. He's a
Well,
psycho,
everybody
but he's a psycho. But guess what? He braces
And
it.
is the jury still out on Barron Trump?
Dude, Barron Trump's the worst.
Yeah. I'll
Dude,
put him
I
in a
feel like
rear
Barron
naked.
Trump is super
chokehold.
into like brain rot shit. Like
His
you show
suitcase.
Barron Trump a screen that's got Skibbity Toilet on it, he is sitting there for hours.
He falls asleep immediately.
Yeah.
He can't, dude. Barron
That's
Trump
what puts in the bed.
Toilet on.
You don't pause
Yeah.
the skibbity toilet.
Yeah, Melania has to come in his room at night and put the skibbity toilet on.
Dude,
Okay, Baron, time for sleep. Put your skibbity toilet on. Yeah, I going through it. Yeah, and then you have like the whole Eric Bischoff's part of that whole Conrad Thompson universe where he just has like 5 million podcasts with like everybody.
There's only one good wrestling podcast. And what is it, guys? Say it with me.
Invasion Angle.
Oh, dude. Hold on.
I was gonna say the Puffcast.
Oh, dude. So I wasn't gonna say the current podcast that I'm on.
I know.
I was on a wrestling podcast.
It's not really, dude.
Dude.
True Night says we're a wrestling
I
podcast.
love Effie. Have you guys like? I only listen to 1 week. I only listen to 2 podcasts, guys. Weekend at Effie's and Invasion Angle.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We love Effie on this.
I watched the last episode that I did on here on my Twitch one time. Not the whole thing, but I was trying to get people to subscribe on YouTube. I don't think it helped at all. I'm sorry.
Well, we appreciate
it.
Yeah.
Trying to put it on.
It's a slow grassroots movement. Also, so I
Yeah.
just asked ChatGPT the worst sons in history. Oh, I spelled it wrong. And it says sins, and it just says Hitler.
Well, Jesus works for the same, right?
Yeah.
The worst sins: gluttony,
Yeah.
greed.
Yeah.
Figure it out,
Who's the
Jason.
worst son? I had one. I had one.
George Bush?
Dude,
George
probably.
W?
Yeah.
He had the worst dad though. If you have like a really shitty dad, does that make you a really bad son? I don't know.
Is he a bad dad? Oh, he had a bad dad.
Yeah, yeah,
He's a rad dad.
yeah.
Saddam Hussein's son, Uday and Qusay Hussein.
Then they get like they got murked. Didn't they?
They were notorious for their brutality and excess. Both were deeply involved in the atrocities committed under their father's regime. They were
All
both
right, next.
killed in a firefight in 2003.
Next. Well, I'll tell you who.
I want
I'll tell
different
you. I'll
sons.
tell you
Put it
who's a
down,
bad.
It's
I'll
just
tell you who's
all
a
like
bad
old
son.
shit.
Well,
Okay,
in the
bad son,
wrestling,
Joan.
in the wrestling world right now, he's a son-in-law, but they're not really
Oh, no.
talking. And I'm talking about Conrad Thompson and his father-in-law, Ric Flair.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Triple H.
Oh.
Triple
I thought you were
Triple
going to
H?
say
Definitely
Dominic
not talking.
Mysterio.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, Dirty
Nasty
Dom.
little son.
How is Ric Flair still alive? Why is he not croaked yet?
He's had like 8
Dude.
heart attacks.
Yeah, we
We've
saw him have the
watched
heart
him
attack
have
in the
one of them.
ring. Yeah,
That's crazy. He should give up.
He should
give
leave
up
this
on
planet soon.
dude, seeing that match live, like he made me feel like I was drenched in sweat and like about to pass out. You know, like
it. That's how
He's
you want to
been
watch a wrestling match.
Flair's
That's how
been
yeah,
firing shots at Hogan, so I think that's his like redemption arc.
He
yeah.
what?
He's been like firing shots at Hulk Hogan.
Oh, really? Are they gonna have a one last match? Hulk
That would
Hogan
be
versus
so
Ric
good.
Flair?
Who's the babyface in that scenario?
Dude, it's gonna be the first
Yeah,
ever real
right?
death match. One of them's
Yeah.
done.
Dude,
One of
it's the
Ric Flair's final match is what killed John's original Invasion Angle page,
That's
Yeah.
right.
Instagram page.
shredded it down, dude.
Damn.
Well, that's why
How many
it also
followers did you have, John?
it was at 10K, but boosting by the second.
And
But
why
also,
what happened?
yeah,
What did Ric Flair's final match do?
Well,
just Fight
He was
TV. I
streaming
had,
some of it.
John
Yeah.
live streamed it from the crowd and then posted.
I couldn't help myself, dude. I couldn't help myself.
You guys,
I just have to fight
Yeah,
against
we
the
were
system
figuring it out. You
sometimes.
know what I mean? He's working
Yeah.
out the kinks. You know.
Well, that's why
That's
this
pretty
episode's
valid.
gonna go on the Invasion Angle YouTube also. That has like 500 subscribers.
Yeah.
So
hold
yeah, so
Oh, yeah.
on.
they'll
Did
be
you
on.
guys see that Luigi got more handsome?
Yeah, he got a little
I didn't-
haircut.
Did
He
not
He
think it
did.
was possible.
I think they did like makeup for him before he went out
Nobody
too.
thought it was possible. He looks more handsome than ever.
It's Luigi. He's so cute. People just
They
can't
gave
handle
him
it.
a little bit of foundation.
Yeah, it's a tad.
Tour. He looks
Yep.
phenomenal. Guys, how
Yep.
about we haven't talked since post election.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
cooked. We're done.
It's over.
Oh, who knows?
sucks,
Yeah.
but there's no point in anything.
Yeah.
We're done. I bought this Diet Coke candle. It's first sip of Diet
shit.
Cola
Wow.
candle.
There you go.
It sucks. It doesn't smell like Diet
Never
Coke.
mind.
It smells like chemicals.
It smells like chemicals. It's really terrible. I burned it a few times. I don't smell Diet Coke. I smell disaster.
Yeah.
I'll light it right now. This is for all
Light
the
it. Light it for the real ones. Yeah. Light it for the aliens that come to our planet after it's abandoned.
after it's toasted. After it's a fucking
A couple
rock.
100 years from now, yeah. Well, we got drones. We
This is
got
for
bird
me in the
flus.
future. Me in the future behind a bookcase.
That's a big ass flame.
Yeah.
It's a really big ass flame. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
That's for marshmallows.
That's not a safe candle.
Yeah.
I should cook some marshmallow. Do you think I would
It'll-
die if I ate the marshmallow off
No,
of
dude, you can't eat that.
Yeah, no, you can't do
Yeah.
that. But it would probably taste like Diet Coke.
Really? Is that true? Is that really what would happen?
No,
It
no,
would
there's
not taste
chemicals.
like
You shouldn't.
No,
do
I mean,
that.
would it be like dangerous to eat?
Yeah,
I think so.
because there's
It's
certain
toxic, right?
it depends if there's like my fiance is making candles for everyone for Christmas.
Let me see.
Don't watch the
Weird
pod, I
flex.
hope.
This guy's got a fuck. You guys in love. Fuck you, man.
Yeah, that's what
He
it
has a
is.
fiance. Dude, he mentions he has a fiance once a pod.
Dude, this guy's the fiance
It's
guy.
fucked up. I
Yeah.
went
Oh
to
yeah,
hang out
is
with
it?
him last week, and
Yeah.
she was there. I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
He's every week with this guy bringing
Yeah.
up his fiance. Guys, let me tell you something. Franklin left my room a couple times, and if I go downstairs in my home, fresh crack. Did you hear this? Can you hear this?
Yeah,
Oh,
Uh,
didn't hear it.
I did. I don't know.
if he
I heard it.
or pooped anywhere, you guys are gonna pay.
Oh shit.
You guys are
How
gonna pay the
much?
price. You
How
guys are gonna pay the
much?
price.
Dude, send it to us. Send us
Name
the
your.
poop.
Yeah. We'll do
I
an
send it in a box wrapped
unboxing.
like in an Amazon package.
Yeah. Amazon us the poop down.
Here's Invasion Angle mailbag.
Mailbag time. What do we got?
Yeah.
Oh,
We got to get from it's his dog shit.
it's dog shit. Oh,
Which
what's underneath the dog shit?
Ooh, what are you
It's a
lighting,
gun.
Chris?
What?
it's a
I got
and a
a
Diet Coke candle.
Christmas
What's
tree.
ooh?
Ooh, a Christmas
Go up with my
tree.
Oh shit.
alley catch gun.
All right, fuck it. We're all lighting candles, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. So speaking of works, you were talking about Effie before too. I love the work shoot stuff like he did with AEW, where everyone did the
Bro,
podcast about Tony
Jericho
Khan, and
showing
then
up? What the hell is
yeah, that was a great setup, dude. Because everyone's like, oh yeah, AEW, they're not going to work with them anymore, and then they Y2J showed up.
it's crazy.
I know, and
I
Cardona's
mean,
like a face in this situation, which is kind of cool.
but at the same time, like Ricky still isn't booked.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
unless there's a payoff with Ricky, like what's the point?
That is
I
kind
feel
of
like
what's
I feel like
weird.
Ricky should help Jericho, right? That should be like kind of the payoff, and then
I
it's
don't
like
know.
a
I
That
don't
would be
know.
crazy.
AEW GCW versus type thing. I don't know.
Get him back
It'd be
on
cool if
TV.
it'd be cool if Ricky showed up at ROH's pay-per-view tomorrow night and fucking screwed Jericho over.
Is
But
that happen? Is there an ROH pay-per-view
Final
tomorrow?
battle.
yeah, tomorrow
Is
night
it
I think at like 8 or
is it
something.
at
Hammerstein.
Hammerstein?
It
Yeah,
is.
that's where like, everything
Yeah.
started.
Here's a question. Tell me like one match from this card because I couldn't tell you one except for maybe Jericho is the champ. Yes,
Yeah,
Jericho
Yeah.
and
he's
Cardona.
wrestling Cardona.
Yeah.
I think
And then
Athena Billy Starks.
That happened before, right?
Yeah,
there's the Righteous against
Dustin
Sammy
Rhodes.
Guevara
Yeah.
and Dustin, which
Okay,
I think
I like the Righteous. I like
yeah,
Bill Carr.
I like
dude,
him a lot.
Ring of Honor, like I just can't do the whole fucking internet thing and all that stuff and get
Yeah,
a subscription. Like, and they have just shit on their Thursday shows for like literally a year and a half now. But like the pay-per-views are still on point, and
really.
I really like the roster of like indie guys they bring in and shit. Like I think
Yeah,
Blake
that is
Christian's
what's
on the
cool to
pay-per-view
see.
too,
The
or
Like Christian's on like a
opportunities.
6-way match or some shit.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
with Nick Gage. No, not Nick Gage. Sorry,
Brian Cage.
Brian Cage. Yeah, there's too many cages and gauges in my head, dude.
Harley
And
So
Cameron.
Nick Cage.
And Nick Cage,
Yeah.
Trapped in Paradise. Yeah, he said.
Yep. Trapped in
Yeah.
Paradise.
So
But
what else is? Yeah,
you ever see-
undisputed.
you ever see
Sorry, we don't need to
Surviving?
keep talking about
You
it.
ever see Surviving Christmas?
Who's in
What's-
Surviving?
Jamie
Who's
Lee
in that?
Curtis?
No,
Jamie
Surviving
Lee Curtis?
Christmas is James Gandolfini and Ben Affleck.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
Ben
cool.
Affleck.
I don't remember if it was good or not, but I remember watching it.
No, it's funny. Ben Affleck just gets under his skin the whole time. And he's like,
It's like,
hey,
yeah,
Dad,
but
can you put on this hat? Put on the Christmas hat.
no,
And he's
it's like
wearing one in
no.
the back seat.
The plot is like Ben Affleck is a rich bitch like in New York and gets like broken up with during the holidays, and he hires a suburban family so he can like have Christmas with them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to see what it's. Yeah.
But
Then he
Who's the
falls in
mom
love with
again?
the daughter.
oh yeah,
I don't
bury the
remember.
headline, why don't you? You got Catherine O'Hara and fucking Christina Applegate
I
in
don't
there, dude.
remember. I'm
That's
sorry.
it.
You're
There's
getting
Captain
a rear
O'Hara.
naked chokehold, dude. Rear
In a
naked grandma.
rear naked. Why doesn't a wrestler have a move called like the rear naked cuckold? That's what I want to know. The fuck's going on, dude?
I've just never thought about naming any of my moves. That's my thing.
Right? I feel like it's something you let like fans or whoever do, and it just if
So many
they call it
so many
something,
people-
whatever.
So many wrestlers post those videos like, oh, what should I call this move? I'm like, I don't know, man. Maybe
Yeah.
call it a power bomb because I've seen it a million times and it's a fucking power
Yeah,
bomb.
but
A
mine's
power bomb,
different.
pal. Fucking what are you
Yeah,
talking about?
The power
yeah,
boom.
Guy does
yeah.
a
The
choke
power
slam. He's
boom.
like, what should I call this one?
Yeah,
And it
yeah.
looks
To me
it looks
now,
like a hell of a lot like a choke slam.
yeah. Well, that's why like the all power bombs to me, we're just calling them power booms now. Since
Dude.
Big AJ.
Boom!
I think he's coming out at the ROH pay-per-view.
Dude,
dude, yeah, right? I hope so. Him and
dude,
MJF squared up,
Big
dude.
Boom AJ versus Homicide. Let's fucking go.
That is insane.
Dude, Big Boom AJ, like I don't know, dude. Him and
They
his son, Big Justin, had an amazing spear. Like
Bro.
they're my favorite wrestlers right now, besides Puff.
Homicide might have crossed past them like on the Indies in 2000 or 2001.
Dude, Puff and
It's
Rizzler.
Oh, that'd be
yeah,
insane.
That's a match made in heaven.
yeah.
I can't
And
do
I
this.
think he'll be happy to know that we're having someone from that universe give us a holiday message in this special at some point.
Do we have another
This-
holiday message coming up?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I think
should we throw it to one real quick?
Throw it to
Yeah,
him.
yeah,
I can't wait to see who it is.
yeah. This is
Yeah.
special.
Let's see if
Let's see if Jason can figure out how to share his screen.
There
Oh,
we go.
Heartbreak Hero.
Invasion Angle Podcast. You know who the fuck it is. Braxton Backshot here. Just kidding, baby. It's Mr. Put a Girl On. You know what the fuck going on. Hey, I just wanted to reach out and formally wish everybody at the podcast a Merry Christmas. I know for the holidays it's going to be super hard for you guys to put a girl on, but maybe if you just could try for me this year, in the holiday spirit, to just put a girl on, that would be great. Merry Christmas to everybody over at the Invasion Angle Podcast. I hope it's a killer one. And just make sure you guys put a girl on.
wow,
Bro.
I love that he sent us that personally. That's really
Yeah,
cool.
that was so nice of him. I'm glad he's a fan of the show. And are you familiar with Mr. Put a Girl On?
What a
Puff?
fucking niche dude that you guys are personal friends with. This is a nice thing.
We went to elementary school.
The
Yeah.
guy who does the Put a Girl On Taco Bell prank phone calls.
We knew you'd appreciate
Dude,
it.
Braxton
because-
Backshots. Of course I
Yep. The real know it, and the real Put a Girl On. And ironically enough, we've actually never put a girl on in the podcast, but one day maybe.
We're waiting. We've reached out.
We've only
a
had
bunch.
three. We've had three
He's-
interviews.
He's
What's
told
up?
us to.
All three
He's
of
told
you
us to.
canceled.
I know. It's all internalized misogyny. We're pieces of shit, but
Wait, it's not
we're
internal,
trying.
it's outward.
Externalized. You're right. You're right. We got both.
Dude,
We
this
let it
podcast
roam.
hates women. I have to leave now.
Dude, we've been trying, but they're just like, you guys probably smell.
Listen, I'm a
I
hardcore.
can smell you
feminist,
through the
so
screen.
I can't do this podcast ever again.
Yeah, we've reached out to some. I
We're
mean,
trying.
little me and Kathleen would be the ideal first.
Why is she not on? Let me give her a phone call right now through Discord.
Yeah,
Let me see if she
That would be
answers.
major.
I like
I don't
this
have her
fucking.
phone number.
I
I
like
only
this,
have her.
I like this hat.
put a girl on.
That is
Yeah.
a good hat.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay,
He got the
my
do-rag
mic
on.
works. Let's see if she answers. This is shit. Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Would you ever do a podcast called the Invasion Angle Podcast?
Invasion Angle. I've never heard of it.
Yeah, me neither.
How many followers do they have?
Like 40, I think.
Don't do that shit.
Oh, I was doing their podcast currently, and they talked about how they never had a female wrestler or any woman at all. Not even anyone non-binary either. So I think they're kind of like,
Dude, we have 1,668 followers, Puff.
I think they have 1,068 followers. That's how many.
That's
600, dude.
that's just a pod one.
38,000 on TikTok.
You just did an interview with them?
No, I'm currently. I said currently.
Oh, you're doing it right now.
Yeah, I'm on their podcast right now.
Yo, ask her if she's seen Trapped in Paradise.
And technically so are you.
Wait, they hear me?
I don't know. Can you guys hear her?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're coming through my speakers, so it might be coming through my
Oh my fucking god, bro.
mic.
Tell her we're so grateful and we appreciate it.
But also, yeah, I'm on this podcast right now. These guys are great, and but they told me that they've never had a woman on the podcast, and the first name they mentioned was Little Mean Kathleen. So I was like, you know what? Let me call her on Discord.
I'm on the podcast.
Dude.
Congratulations.
Hold on, can you guys hear her? Can you guys hear her?
Yeah, tell her we're very grateful for this opportunity.
Kathleen, can you say Merry Christmas to everyone at the Invasion Angle podcast?
And put a girl on.
At the Invasion Angle podcast.
You guys picked that? Guys,
yeah, we got that. We got enough of that.
Yeah.
Has she seen Trapped in Paradise?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's wrestled with 2 different people on the pod.
And I'm sure she'll accept V-Bucks. I'm sure she'll accept V-Bucks for being on the podcast too.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're V-Bucks, guys.
That would seal the deal. They paid me in V-Bucks the last time. It's pretty sick. Sweet deal. Yeah, dude. That's how I could afford Ice Spice. That's how I got Ice Spice.
Yes, hell yeah. Well, she can get Skibbity Toilet if she.
Dude, you can get Skibbity Toilet, Kathleen.
You play your cards right.
She plays her cards right.
Plays your card right. You're gonna have a Skibbity Toilet.
I think I want the back bling. I think I'm gonna get it. It's so dumb.
It's so great.
Yeah. I thought it was gonna be an emote where your head pops up out of the toilet.
I wish.
Dude.
That'd be sick.
But anyways, I'll message you later about Fortnite and news.
All right, sounds good.
Have a happy holidays. I'll talk to you later. Peace. And that was Little Mean Kathleen. We got her on the
You are a legend, dude.
Who'd have thought?
I know.
That's the second guest Puff has brought onto the pod.
Oh, dude. I brought up Young Jaylee last time.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about, actually. I gotta find the tweet.
Uh-oh.
But it's awesome. Like, put a girl on, you put one on.
Dude,
pull the tweet up.
And it's not even about that guy, Braxton Backshots, or whatever his fucking name is. I'm a hardcore feminist, and you guys are misogynists, so I wanted to introduce you guys to a woman.
Dude, we love women.
It's a whole new world.
We love women.
We love women. They're beautiful.
We love them.
We love them. They're going to be our property soon, frankly, because I make the rules.
Okay, you said My Young Jay Lee housed a triple whopper in 5 minutes.
That was a lie. It was less than 5 minutes.
Take us through it. Take us through it.
So it was at Blissmas. We left Blissmas, the Better Lover show. We had both eaten THC CBD gummies.
Mm-hmm.
He ate a second one. He was off. Whoa, Frank! Frank is on my desk. Frank, there's a candle here. Oh my God! Can I? Dude, look at this man.
Epic,
dude. You're gonna get burned. Guys, he really wants he wants me off this podcast.
He said the candle smells like cat shit. I want to eat it.
Frank, hold on, I gotta blow this fucking candle out. You're gonna burn yourself.
I was walking Alex's dog today, and he picked up poop on the street and started eating it. And I said, "Drop it!" And he spit it out.
Why do you leave it there?
Yeah, stop taking dumps in the road, dude. I mean, I guess it makes sense. So you walk your dog, they're taking a dump. You might as well, kill 2 birds with 1 stone, But
oh my God, my camera's all fucked up.
Jay, do you want to try calling Bischoff right now, or
Eric Bischoff?
Yeah, should I? I was going to ask
Bischoff's phone number.
I think so.
Is that?
Yeah, we're gonna find out. It might be Eric Bischoff, or it might be the guy that makes the cookies for airplanes.
Yeah, the cookies, the Biscoff.
But I think it's supposed to be Eric Bischoff. I guess we'll see. But yeah,
Oh wait, do I have Eric Bischoff's phone number?
All right, it's ringing.
I didn't hear the ring after the first one. You got close to the mic, Jay, on speaker.
Yeah. It might cancel it out.
Oh, there we hear it now.
Please leave a message, and I will get back to you as soon as I can, or feel free to text me at this number if it's urgent, or you can send me an email at eric@ericbischoff.com.
Go ahead, Jason. Leave a message.
Hey, Eric. I just hope that you have a really good Christmas, and us at the Invasion Angle podcast just want to ask you if you could put a girl
All right.
Guys, I'm
That's
so
what you get,
embarrassed. I'm so
Bischoff.
embarrassed. I'm sorry.
Dude, you gotta
That's
send
what
him a
you
text at
get.
that number.
What should I
Or send
text
him an
him?
email, or send me a Skype, or if you're trying to get
when this
get a
episode
house and
when this episode drops, I'll text him a link to it.
Yeah.
Bischoff is gonna fucking call the police on you, dude. He's gonna send Bully Ray after you.
Not
Dude,
Bully
here,
Ray.
listen.
He's
He
gonna
shouldn't
send
be
his
giving his phone
enforcer,
number
dude.
out to everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can
he's
blame
kind of-
Nasty Leroy for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's who you got it from?
Is that really his fucking phone number from Eric from Nasty Leroy?
That was his
Yeah.
phone number.
Did you get it while he was asleep?
No, dude.
You fucking sicko, dude.
No, dude.
You need that shit.
I was like, if I'm gonna be listening to Busted Open podcast all night, I need something to sweeten the deal, sweeten the pot.
Leroy,
Bishop-
give me some.
Yeah.
Fucking
Bischoff is gonna send a cease and desist to the Invasion Angle. And
I hope so.
can't wait.
I sure hope so.
Now you have you're doing another show with the LVAC? Are you
I
at the
am.
Holiday Hangout? Yeah.
Yes. Fucking. What is that, next Friday?
27th? Yeah, I think so.
27th. I'm coming back to Lehigh Valley, and I'm not coming alone. I'm bringing a bomb. I don't know what I'm bringing.
He's bringing Dana Carvey,
John Lovitz,
Nicolas Cage,
Nicolas Cage,
and a whole lot of hijinks.
one big mistake.
We're gonna rob the Wawa down the road.
The
Free
sheets down
hoagies
the
for
road.
everyone. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, but
Happy New Year. Yeah,
We're
The
stealing the
Christmas spirit.
freestyle machine from the Wawa.
who are you wrestling at the event?
I actually have no idea. Dude, you want to make phone calls?
Oh, here we go.
I got the booker's phone number. He's gonna be. This could legitimately get me debooked from the show.
Call the Booker Man.
It's the same Chris too, isn't it?
This is where Puff earns his Invasion Angle Hall of Fame status.
That's true.
I think you already have.
Chris.
Yeah.
My reflection. In my phone. I'm calling Chris from LVAC. He is the leader of the LVAC. He's not
salute
going to
you.
answer.
I'm pretty sure I showed Bischoff's number on the camera.
No, it just said his name.
Bischoff.
Okay.
I'll do the one that they
Throwback
do, like
leader.
the sideways
Throwback
one.
leader.
Hey, you've reached Chris and the LVAC. Our hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. If you'd like a faster response or if you'd like to order some t-shirts, go ahead and email xlvacx@gmail.com and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.
Hello. I was wondering if I could wrestle Bully Ray in a bare knuckle brawl at the Holiday Havoc. Holiday Hangout next Friday. If you could please get back to me with haste, it would be greatly appreciated. I love you.
Right.
We'll see, guys. I might be wrestling Bully Ray. I don't want
That's exciting.
I don't want to hit you with an exclusive first, but Puff versus Bully Ray might be happening at the Holiday
Yeah.
Hangout.
He calls you tomorrow like, we got Bully Ray.
We got him.
We got him.
What?
We got Bully Ray, dude. Oh man. But yeah,
guys, I gotta wrap up because Franklin is
we've really broken a lot of ground and we appreciate you coming on, Puff.
Dude, once again. We've burned bridges, we've
built some.
We've done something. Oh my god, Franklin knows how
we're one step closer to a Popeye sponsorship.
Dude, 100%. Right now, 3 pieces of signature chicken are $5. That's it. Just $5.
Where else can you get that?
$5.
Nowhere.
You can call up KFC, ask if they can give you 3 signature pieces of chicken for $5. They'll say maybe $6.99, maybe $6.
They'll probably tell you to go fuck yourself.
Yeah. The Colonel's been dead for years.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I heard they're doing 12 herbs and spices now. They added something.
Ooh.
And it's corruption.
Oh fuck.
That is
You don't want to
absolutely
eat too much corruption.
I guess just send us off with a holiday message to our viewers if you're down.
Here's the deal. It's the most wonderful time of the year. I'm Puff, wrestling superstar, WWE Hall of Famer, TNA extras subscriber, whatever their service is. And I'm here to tell you, spread some love, spread some joy, spread some positivity, because why not? It's all we got. It's all you can do. It's the simplest thing. You can just be kind to others, try to spread love. Give people the benefit of the doubt. Try to understand what other people might be going through. Try to lend a hand if you can. Try to donate to a charity if you can, if it's possible. If it's a good one, make sure it's not a scam. I've been duped. I lost $10,000 in this United Way thing. I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, and just try to be kind in these trying times. Lend a hand, lend an egg. Uh, be nice to each other because what else? We're screwed. We're screwed. Try to find a way through it. Spread some Christmas cheer. Don't tell anyone anything about Santa except for the fact that he's real and he's the best. He's gonna bring you all the great gifts, And yeah, that's all I gotta say. I got nothing else, I don't think. If you play Fortnite, send me V-Bucks. I don't know.
Send him.
Puff in the chat.
If anyone's watching, follow me, message me. I'll find a way for you to send me V-Bucks.
What's your Twitch name?
Oh, my Twitch. I think my Twitch is just Puff the Wrestler. Twitch.tv/Puff the Wrestler.
There you go.
Did I even talk about that last time?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't Twitched in a long time. It's been terrible. I'm so sorry to all my Twitch subscribers. I was supposed to have a big comeback.
Come back with a skibbity toilet too.
True.
Right into the fucking skibbity toilet.
Well, what a fantastic interview and great way to start the holiday special.
I had a lovely time, man.
We put a girl on finally. We put a girl on. And listen, we've got a lot more followers than that. I thought it was fucking hilarious. And Andy was like, "Fuck no."
Dude, I would have said the same shit.
And Andy's
because they got 40 followers.
We were undersold.
Fuck no, I'm not doing that shit. Well, we had her on the pod. It is what it is. We'll see if we can.
That's what I love. It's like, well, guess what? You're on now.
Like, come on.
And hopefully Bischoff calls us by the end of the show. But this is the moment we've all been waiting for all year long. We've talked about this for a year straight, that we were going to have the one and only Goldberg on the podcast, and I think we got him. Can you bring him in?
Yeah, but I don't know if there's something wrong with like the transmission or like my reception, but I'm gonna see. I'm loading it up right now.
What's up here, Invasion Angel Podcast? How y'all doing today? It's your old boy Gilbert, WWF's longest reigning light heavyweight champion. That's right, baby. I still pimp it to this day. How y'all doing, man? Your boy Billy got a hold of me and said, man, you got to wish them all the happiest holidays, the merriest of Christmas, and the happiest of New Year's. So, brother, man, that's why I'm here. I want to wish the Invasion Angel Podcast the happiest New Year's and the merriest Christmas of all. From Billy and the Gilbert, we got one thing to say, baby. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, brother.
Who fucking did this?
Why the fuck would Goldberg send Gilbert in his place? What an asshole.
He kept mentioning Billy, dude.
What a sick fucking dude.
Yeah, so Billy sent him in. That's fucked up.
But I mean, I gotta say that is a beautiful holiday message, and I hate to say it, but I kind of liked him more than Goldberg.
I don't know. I'm kind of let down that we don't have Goldberg.
Yeah, well,
I think if we wish hard enough.
Yeah, let's all do it, please.
Everyone, close your eyes. Close your eyes.
Please, Mr. Bill Goldberg, please come on the podcast. We love you so much. It would mean everything to us if you just come on our podcast.
I loved you in Longest Yard, Bill.
I loved you in Santa's sleigh. We want to ask you about Fran Drescher.
Yeah. Why did you try to kill Bret Hart? It's okay. We won't be mad.
You're not on the naughty list.
No, you're a good guy, Mr. Bill Goldberg.
Why did
Don't
you
listen to
hurt Dolph
CM Punk.
Ziggler? Why did you hurt
Yeah.
Dolph Ziggler?
Why'd you hurt him? Is it because he wouldn't put a girl on, or he kept putting girls on too much? Is it because the whole Sunny thing, and then she took a picture of Dolph and his butt cheek was out, and then every single one of us knew that they hooked up, and he just really does want to be Shawn Michaels.
Oh my
We
God, I
forgive you.
think something's happening,
Yeah,
guys.
are you guys so close?
Are you guys feeling that?
You guys are close. I hope not.
I think something's
Open them,
happening.
but there's a bright light.
Who's next, you might ask? Well, we are ecstatic to announce this very special guest on the Invasion Angle podcast. This man had an amazing undefeated streak, just dominating the 90s and on. His legend still echoes through arenas everywhere. You might know him as Goldberg. We are honored to welcome Shaun Weiss.
Yo!
Hells yeah.
I was looking for my duck whistle, but I don't see it anywhere. It's around here somewhere. What's up, guys?
What's going on, man?
You know,
We got
living the dream.
Yeah, absolutely. We got so you're originally a Jersey boy too, right?
That's right. I'm from Montvale, New Jersey.
Yeah, so we got a bunch of Jersey boys in the house, so this should be
Nice.
fun.
Nice. Where are you guys from?
I'm from Tom's River.
Oh, Tom's River. I know that
Yeah.
area.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me and John
and
are from Sussex County, like Newton
Oh,
area.
Sussex.
Yeah, good old farmland.
Hey.
Yeah. But we
You know,
went
I
to film
hadn't-
school out in Mahwah, Ramapo.
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding. At where?
Ramapo. Yeah, in Mahwah. So not too far from Montvale.
Yeah, Ramapo. There's a college out there. I used to go watch the football games. That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that area. What's up, neighbors?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I just went back. I left Montvale when I was 16 years old. I came out to Los Angeles because I had a job on a TV pilot. And so the way it works is you do a pilot and hopefully you get picked up to do a series. Well, we did the pilot. We did not get picked up to do the series. But while I came out to LA to film the pilot, my mother covertly, without asking anybody or checking with anybody, sold our house in New Jersey.
Oh my God.
So I moved out to LA kind of, you know, by force. I never
there
really
was no
meant to move
choice.
out here. And so I got out here and I hadn't been, you know, I grew up in Montvale and I hadn't been back to Montvale since the day I left, except for maybe a court case here and there. But I just went back recently and was there for the first time in like 20 years. And I was just blown away by how beautiful it is there.
Yeah,
New Jersey's beautiful.
It really is.
It
And
is,
It's
dude.
also so different, I feel like, you know what I mean? Like just in the past like handful of years, like because like I moved down to Georgia for a little bit and then came back up and like I'm like, I
It
don't even
changed.
recognize some of these places, you know? But
Crazy. Yeah, that's how I feel too. When I was back there, nothing was the same. It was all dude like being in a new country. But I was but you know the town I grew up in, there's like rivers and streams and little brooks running everywhere, and there's just a lot of greenery.
Yeah.
And it was an awesome place to grow up, dude. I love New Jersey.
Yeah. Well, because a lot of people aren't from Jersey. They just like I've never been there. They think it's just like all like cities and industrial and stuff. So like when you tell them you come from an area that was like, no, it's all forests, like, you know, rivers, streams, and like especially growing up, you know, millennials and under where you actually still went outside and stuff. Like it's an amazing thing to kind of play around with, you know, and like let's just get lost in the woods and light fires or whatever.
Is that
you
over
know?
now? Is that officially over now? Like,
Dude, it
kids
seems
are not
like
allowed
it.
to go outside.
I think me and Chris were like the last gen to really like be stoked on that and be like, let's go in the woods, you know?
Yeah. We used to go out all day, and you know, like during the summer, I would leave the house in the morning and not come home till 8-9 o'clock and just be out all day.
Yeah, and that's what I always remember in Jersey, and usually going out in the wintertime and probably just having a sweatshirt on and freezing my body, but it's like whatever, you're having an awesome time. But I went back to like my hometown after a bit, and like the town we grew up in was like on a lake and like a little lake community, and there was like growing up the endless kids just up and down the streets, and like past 2 times I drove through there, it's like a ghost town. I don't see one kid outside, like nobody. It's so odd, and I think
Yeah,
like
things
this.
are changing, guys. Things are changing. That's for sure. We used to play a lot of football outside, a lot of tag football and shit like that.
Yeah, yeah. And then that was always great. Any sport, do some home run derbies, random stuff like that, and
some backyard wrestling.
Oh
Yeah.
hell yeah!
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did you have any? Did you
video
ever?
games?
Did you ever have any like wrestling experiences or like run into any wrestlers when you were, you know what I
Well,
mean?
yeah, I mean, I'm buddies with Goldberg.
Oh, right on.
Oh, hell
That
yeah.
guy's the nicest guy in the world. Like overly nice. Like overly nice. Like, bro, can you fucking chill for a minute? Like, take it easy. He'll like give you a bear hug and shit. Very nice guy. Wrestling experiences. I don't know. That's probably my closest. Oh, I'm buddies with Brett Azar, who played Iron Sheik on Young Rock.
Okay.
Yeah, we're buddies. We see each other at conventions all the time, the autograph conventions. Very, very sweet guy. And he's like a freaking house, bro. In person, he's like a house.
Yeah, that's just why I like meeting wrestlers in person and like or people like that. It's like, TV doesn't do a lot of those guys justice. But then you'll meet some wrestlers that are like, you meet them and they're like super small, and you're like, oh, okay, that's kind of weird.
Deceiving,
Yeah, it's like they did well with the camera work for sure.
But the one thing that's that's noticeable, like when you see these guys in person, here's the thing: if you're gonna get famous doing anything, that means you're probably a very impressive person, you know?
Yeah.
So when you see these guys in person, that's the first thing you notice is like, wow, this is an impressive human being. Overall, size, shape, charisma. You know what I mean? So it's just like meeting a real star in person. And I think a lot of those wrestlers have that star quality. And I think you have to have that to get a following as a wrestler.
Yeah. And it's kind of cool
now. Have you
now.
seen that Netflix show? I'm sorry to interrupt.
Which one?
There's a tiny bit of lag, so I might jump over you once in a while.
You're good.
But there's a wrestling show on it's on Netflix, and it's all about they basically chronicle this small wrestling company.
Oh,
the OVW one.
Heels, right? Or is it?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Yeah.
Heels.
Heels. Yeah. Is that with what's his name in that?
Is it a reality show or is it a?
Yeah, it's a reality show.
Oh, all right. Then never mind.
I think it's the
Jason's
one about
right.
the one about Ohio Valley Wrestling. Yeah.
Yeah, with
That's
Al
the one.
Snow.
Yeah.
Al Snow from back in the day is running it, and like he's got all the young wrestlers. Yeah, I've seen a few episodes, and it's cool.
Yeah.
Show.
They're like their own little communities, you know what I mean? And that's like what I think is so cool about it. It's like so many people can connect through it, you know?
Well, that's why I like seeing
they have their audience.
Yeah, that's why I like seeing the crossover now too, like because all different conventions, whether it's horror cons, comic cons, 90s cons, like wrestlers, horror movies, actors like yourself from the 90s, like kind of intertwine it, a lot of those things, and it's kind of cool now. That
it's pop culture, I think that's the umbrella it falls under.
Yeah. It's exciting for us as like, you know what I mean, huge fans of all of this stuff growing up to, just be able to still connect with some of that,
Yeah, that's what's awesome about social media. Like, you guys can just reach out and bam, I'm on your podcast,
Yeah, no, absolutely. And speaking of social media, like I started following you on Instagram, and your reels and vids are fucking hilarious. Like that's
thanks, bro.
And I was just like, this is fucking great. And what's also, we were talking about Jersey, like what's going on with the fucking drones? How weird is that shit, dude? Have you gone down any rabbit holes with that yet? Or
yesterday I did a deep dive. I can't believe what's going on. I can't believe nobody in New York or New Jersey has taken a rifle and shot one of these fucking things.
That's what I
dude,
keep saying.
That's what makes no sense, dude. Like,
and let me ask you this: why in the world don't they get a helicopter and follow one of these
Yeah.
fucking things and
Yeah.
see where it lands.
Yeah, and see where the origin is. It's so weird. It's
This
like,
is something very strange going on. I have no idea what's going on this one.
Yeah.
This is going to be exciting to see how this one pans out.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, we got that, and then like you have the whole United Healthcare CEO getting taken out. It's been a wild past couple
That is
weeks
crazy.
of
Yeah, I think
random. Yeah,
I think one of the
Dude, and the
drones
whole
crashed
Donald
yesterday.
Trump thing, like things are very it's an
Yeah.
exciting time to be around, guys. I'll say that much.
Well, yeah,
Most
I
definitely.
remember thinking when I was younger, like, oh man, like I wish like I was, you take history classes, 60s and 70s were wild, all this shit happens, and like I was like, oh, this timeline we're on now is kind of boring, and then 9/11 happened, and then like from that point on, like things have gotten
It's
creepier and
been sped up.
creepier.
So you
Yeah,
tell me what's going on over there. Is it where you like look up in the sky and you can see them?
Yeah.
They're just like,
Yeah.
are you fucking kidding me?
Literally at night, last
Yeah.
night, me and my fiance, we drove to like a graveyard in Bhutan because it's got like a real big overlook. We looked up and you can see Newark Airport from there. So it's
Yeah.
like we were like, okay, like those are planes. Those are high up enough to be planes. But then there's so many other crafts that are like lower. It was just
You
very
gotta be
bizarre.
kidding me.
And we were just
Yeah.
like, yeah. So and then we came back home and we saw a bunch in the sky over here too.
yeah,
And listen, here's the thing. Here's the thing. These things aren't trying to be like unnoticed. They've got flashing fucking
Yeah.
lights on.
yeah. That's what's so
Yeah.
weird. That's like odd. That's why there's so many odd aspects to it. It's just
Well-
like they don't care to be seen. Like, yeah, you can see us, whatever. We
They
don't give
said
a
it's
fuck.
not
Flying
it's
around,
not
no
a
big deal.
foreign it's not a foreign adversary according to the
Right.
government.
And
Yeah.
then it's all over the news, and they keep flying the fucking drones.
Yeah,
It
and they're just
doesn't
like, we're
stop
looking
because
into
it's
it.
on the news, and nobody is taking credit for it. Nobody steps up and goes, "Oh, hey, yeah, we're the ones doing the drones for such and such." Like
Yeah.
something crazy is going on.
Yeah,
Something
like just
crazy
just
is
tell us it's government research, or we'd be fine with it. Like, okay, that's cool. We
Do
get
you
it.
think? What do you guys think it is?
I don't-
Government research? What is
I'll
there
let
to
them
research?
I'll let them
Yeah.
go first.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. I've gone because I've
Yeah,
gone
I
down this
have no
rabbit
idea
hole,
either, yeah.
and like part of me is like, is it like our government testing things out? Is like, is it some creepy, alien race that's been here living underwater or something?
That's
I don't
what I
like
think.
Yeah,
like,
what
is
if
it-
Bro, that's where
Yeah.
that's where mine's at, bro. Because
Yeah.
there's
I mean,
been
yeah. What do
there's
you
been a
Because
lot of people in
Go
the
ahead.
media lately, some real figures talking about these things. For instance, Tucker Carlson.
yeah,
I mean, that guy's no slouch. That guy has a big following. He's a very
Yeah.
wealthy man, and he has a lot of influence. And he says there's a species of aliens living in the ocean.
yeah. Well, that's why a lot of those, like, I mean, UFO sightings, like from the past, like whatever amount of years, like they've seen them coming in and out of water and stuff, like, and that's from like camera footage of like the Air Force and shit like that. So yeah, it's so odd, and like the fact that like they are undetectable on radar, they show no heat whatsoever. So like these big, especially the ones that have 8 foot length like wings on them, like they're not emitting any heat.
Yeah.
There's some crazy
mean,
tech going on for sure.
Well,
and
I'm going to tell you guys. I'm going to tell you guys my UFO story. Want to hear it?
yeah, absolutely.
So, without this experience, I mean, this experience reframed the way I see all of this because it's like God or something. Like people usually don't believe in something until they experience it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I was agnostic until I found God, but there was nothing anybody could do to convince me God was there until I saw it for myself. So one day on Van Nuys Boulevard, which is a very popular boulevard, I can't even think of anything in New Jersey. It's like Route 17 in New Jersey, right?
Yeah.
Van Nuys Boulevard, very busy intersection in the heart of town. A place called Sherman Oaks, which is right by Hollywood. It's like the suburbs of Hollywood.
Yeah.
And it was about 8 o'clock at night. All of a sudden, about maybe 400 feet up, this craft appears. It's one craft surrounded by 3 other crafts, and the craft is emanating a light the size of a football field.
That's
literally as if you took a flashlight and lit up a rectangle the size of a football field, and it's illuminated 100-yard rectangle in the sky. And this craft is there with the 3 smaller crafts near it. And the craft stops and is hovering in place for about 45 minutes. No sound. It was dead silent. And here's the thing. Thousands of people witnessed this. There were cops, police officers were pulled over, videotaping it with their cell phone. So yes, I was high on meth, but this was not a dream. This really happened. And it lasted for about 45 minutes. And then all of a sudden, it took off. So I don't know what I saw, but I know enough to know that it's possible to see something that's unidentified.
Well, it makes sense
what I mean?
because a lot of these drones too, they're seeing a similar thing where like there'll be orbs around it, and they think small scout ones that are surrounding them too, like the orb
And they're
ones
also
that they.
silent.
Yeah.
Yes. Very similar.
Bizarre.
Yeah, but
No,
what's
the
crazy?
event that happened to me is on YouTube. I'll send you the link. People videotaped it and everything, and it's like, what is that?
Yeah.
The next day in Los Angeles, the news reported that it was a weather balloon incident.
I was gonna say weather balloon, right?
It always is, dude. Yeah.
That's what they said.
There's
That's
so
what
many
they
weather
said.
balloons.
Yeah, we got to figure
And
out the
I was
weather,
on-
dude.
I was on meth at the time. I couldn't really convince anybody that I
Yeah, it's gotta fuck with your head because you're like, no one's
it's like
gonna
for
fucking
sure.
believe me.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, that's what sucks with a lot of that stuff, especially if people experience it alone. Like any type of like alien paranormal event, it's just like, all right, great, this was insane, but like, who's gonna listen? But yeah, even in instances like that, like tons of people seeing it, and it's just like, yeah, sorry, it's a weather balloon. And people are like, no, it probably isn't, but whatever. I got to go to work the next day.
Well, let me ask you guys something. You know, it feels like for a couple of years now, it feels like something's about to happen. And most people feel like we're on sort of the precipice of some kind of evolution, hopefully in a positive way, right? Hopefully it turns out good. But it feels like something's about to happen, doesn't it? So my question to you guys is, is that something that you would welcome in terms of our species like cohabitating with another species? Would you guys be into that or no aliens?
I mean, are they chill?
Yeah,
They
that's
gotta
what's
be
gonna
chill.
depend.
Oh, if they're chill, yeah. I mean,
So my thing is like I'm much more likely to fuck with some aliens than I am for like an AI or like a large neural network from, you know what I mean? Because that's a machine. If they're aliens and they're somewhat, you know what I mean, humanoid, like we can probably hang out.
It is easy. It's easier to beat a machine than to beat a technology we don't know, like aliens.
Could be
if they do
cyborgs,
turn
though.
on us, yeah.
Got a point.
A glass of water beats the machine. A glass of water
I
could
don't
beat
know.
the alien.
Have you ever seen Signs, dude? I don't know.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
I don't know.
The M. Night Shyamalan movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, dude, and then Mars Attacks, like, if they were, I would try that too. I would just try everything I've seen from movies, like play the music really loud, blow their heads up, or fucking water, but it seems like, I don't know, if they are aliens and like they didn't mean well for us, like, I feel like they probably would have just taken us out already, but I don't
It would be
know.
done already. I
Yeah.
agree with that. I agree. I don't think there's a need to worry because, like you said, it would have happened already.
Yeah, and it's very wild, and just, I don't know. I mean, the whole country's just kind of like every day, like the FBI, director will like speak like, it's people are just seeing mostly airplanes. Like there's no threat. Well, if there's no threat, do you know what it
here's
is?
where I feel
No.
I feel very lonely in one aspect, in that I don't trust Elon Musk. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I know a lot of
I
people
agree.
love him.
Nah.
A lot of people like worship him like cult status. I think there's something very fishy with that guy. I don't understand how he's so fucking wealthy and yet I don't have any of his products. Jeff Bezos is dropping shit off at my house around 3 p.m. I know why he's a billionaire. Elon Musk, I don't understand. I don't have any of his products. I don't see how they let him get so rich. He claims that he's an engineer and he's working all the time, but he's tweeting all day.
He plays a lot of video games.
He doesn't have an office at SpaceX. I've seen him. He gives a tour and he says, "I don't have an office here." You know who else doesn't have an office there? Me, because I don't work there. And I don't think he works there either.
It's possible he's an alien too. So,
bro.
I mean, have you seen his kid's name?
Yeah, he does give them alien names.
Yeah.
And what's he do? Why Mars? Why Mars? I heard somebody say something pretty intelligent. And it's not that I'm a conspiracy theorist, but ever since 9/11, I don't trust anything the news says or the government says. So somebody said about Elon that the entire reason for this Mars endeavor is because Mars is filled with lithium.
Lithium, yeah. That's
And
what they
needs
say.
that for his batteries.
Yep, we need that for the cell phones. That's why we were in Afghanistan for a while too. Stayed there for a minute. Yeah.
Oh. Well, they say that's why he's funding or he funded Trump's campaign so much is because he wants tons of dysregulation or deregulation
100%.
on his stuff, you know? So he's
100%.
making money.
People were, they put up an image like right after he got elected a couple weeks ago. It was Thanksgiving. It was Trump and Elon Musk sitting at a table having Thanksgiving dinner, and I got bad vibes, dude. I got
well,
bad vibes.
well, it's like, where's his family?
That's the Last Supper.
Basically, bro, these two guys together, man. I hope we can trust them. You know?
Yeah. Well, it's been hard to trust either side for a long time now. So that's what's like scary. It's like either way you go, it's like they have these backdoor deals and stuff that like both parties are just continuing to do. And
100%.
Obviously money, plays a huge role in that. But yeah, I don't know.
I don't hate the game. I just wish I was a player.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't hate the game. I just wish my daddy had an oil company. Fuck.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. I want to know.
But you know what you got to remember, guys, and this is incredibly important. Like when we go down these rabbit holes and when these nefarious things become obvious to us, it's incredibly important to remember that in the universe there's balance. Everything balances out. So the fact that we're even sitting here right now talking, having this conversation without an army like locking us up or putting us in jail is a blessing. And it's proof that there are positive forces on this earth. Otherwise, we'd be finished already. So as much as there's, the dark shit, there is also the light. And you have to remember that. Otherwise, it's easy to get depressed.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that's that's life. You know what I mean? There's always like a trade-off. And that's why I think it's like, I see as a culture too, like things as far as comedy, it's going back to like out of the anti-woke stuff, and people are just very like, I'm gonna laugh and so I don't cry or be paranoid now. So it's like I feel like comedy now is like even it's great. And it's got like darker again, and like that's the comedy I like 90s comedy that was pretty dark and kind of just like nihilistic and at some points, because Gen X, like, I don't know, they one of probably my favorite generation as far as what they produced art wise.
I agree with you. Our parents were a good generation because their parents were from like the World War II era.
Yeah.
So I think we lucked out. I was just about to say something. I had an excellent point and I forgot.
Yeah.
We be doing that. We have a lot of ideas on this podcast.
We'll come back around.
Yeah. We'll work our way back around, dude. Yeah. So had some film stuff with you. I guess we can start.
Can I say what I was going to say? I remember.
Yeah.
What I was going to say is this whole woke thing is a media thing because there is no woke crisis in a comedy club. People that are offended about gay jokes or trans jokes or whatever, they don't go to comedy clubs. When you're at the comedy club, you can say whatever the fuck you want. The harder you go, the harder people laugh. So the whole woke thing is a media thing. It doesn't exist in the real sense. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Am I articulating that in the way it makes sense?
And
And
I
it was a
think
huge marketing push too, like, as far as all
Exactly.
different companies, like, yeah, you know, and it was
I think
attractive.
a lot of comedy, like, communities want to be as inclusive as possible, because then you get different people from different backgrounds that are making jokes about their experience. That's what's cool about
Yeah.
comedy, is people injecting their experience and their voice.
Yeah.
100%.
And being able to laugh
100%.
at yourself, and that's what brings everyone closer, is being able to make jokes about this stuff that like people take offense to usually, and like I think, yeah, for a while I'd say like the whole woke culture and media thing, like context was lost with art in general. Like you see like
100%. I
you
agree.
see like Always Sunny in Philadelphia, they had like so many episodes removed because they like the blackface episodes, but even though it's a comment on racism, and like it's
Right.
doing the
Right.
opposite to like expose it, and like they're dumb and they're figuring it out for themselves. And
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's what I kept telling my school too when they kicked me out. I was like, I'm doing blackface as a bit, dude. Bring me back to
Second,
school.
wait, slow down.
No, I'm joking.
Slow down, Chris.
No, I'm joking.
You gotta do some
Yeah.
unpacking here.
The
Yeah,
seventh
no,
grade
I'm
talent
playing.
show
I'm
was
playing.
crazy.
No, I didn't. I'm
You got-
playing. I'm playing. I'm playing.
Oh, okay.
I did get that question once though, where we were at film school when I was pitching my short film. He was like, we had to do our face painting. He was like, Chris, I just want to make sure you're not doing blackface here, right? I was like, no, I'm not doing blackface. Who the fuck you think this is, dude? Yeah. Blackface is still a problem apparently with kids.
Yeah,
They're still doing
I
it.
get that.
Yeah.
I have a
not so
question.
much. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. So in heavyweights, this is something that's might cross the PC line. But I just want to know, did you guys have an intimacy coordinator when you did the fart in Ben Stiller's face bit?
I mean, I don't know if that was his name on the credits. Intimacy coordinator.
Shaun, are you
But yeah, there
comfortable
was a
with
guy.
fart?
There was somebody there. Because I had to put that. They gave me like a belt that would. I think they call it's like a dance belt, and it holds your nads and covers up the actual anus hole. And I had to wear that thing. And so they needed Steve, the director, to approve it. So at one point after lunch, I had to go into his trailer, drop my trout, and show him this thing. And yes, they made sure there were two adults present. It wasn't just me and Steve alone. My mother was not letting any of that Hollywood shit go down. She never let me out of her sight.
Yeah.
Especially around Pee Wee Herman. When I was around Pee Wee, my mom was right there staring.
People worried about him, but I feel like he was the last one you had to worry about, you know?
That's true. He really was a wonderful and a very special and such a loving guy. So you're right about that.
How was that because that was kind of like, one of your earlier roles, being Elvis on Pee-wee's Playhouse. Like that must have been, as a kid, just awesome in general, just because the set is,
crazy,
I'm
bro.
sure, fun, and it's just like you're having a good time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I knew like the difference between like real life and and bullshit, because I saw the movie Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and then they told me, well, you have an audition, you're gonna go meet him. So I just thought I was going to meet Pee-wee. I didn't understand that there's some guy dressing up as Pee-wee, or maybe I did, I don't know. But yeah, it was magical, bro, because I saw the movie and then they're like, well, you're gonna go meet that guy, and I'm like, huh, really? Can I ride the bike? And so I went. The story of my audition is kind of funny. I went to see him in New York, about a 3-hour drive from where I was. And I stayed up all night learning my lines, about 4 lines. And I had my lines down, and I was ready. I was going to go do a scene with Pee Wee Herman. So I get into the room, and Pee Wee's not there. Paul Rubens is there. And he looks nothing like Pee Wee. He has a full beard, glasses, and a baseball cap. He's incognito, running around New York. Well, I didn't believe that was Pee Wee. Where's Pee Wee? I came to do this with Pee Wee. And they said, well, that's Pee Wee. And I said, no, that's not Pee Wee. And they said, no, really, that's him. I said, listen, I know I'm 6, but you're not gonna bullshit me. All right. I came here to read with Pee Wee, and that's who I'm gonna read with. I was a pain in the ass as a little kid. So you know what Paul did? He left the room, and in about 20 minutes, transformed himself completely into Pee Wee. Shaved his face, put on his suit, put on the makeup, and came back in the room. And
You made
we
him
did
go
the
method.
scene. Dude, I was just overjoyed. Imagine, little kid, and then you're asking for Pee Wee, and then he comes through the room. And I told him, Pee Wee, I gotta let you know, before you got here, there was some guy here telling everybody that he was you. And he said,
"Oh yeah, that was Paul. He does that all the time."
That's fucking great.
That's classic.
It's crazy because I remember I have memories of Pee Wee's Playhouse that I remember better than things that happened to me 5 years ago or 10 years ago. So really, it's interesting how certain images really get burned into your psyche. And I have a lot of memories of Pee Wee's like it was yesterday. Crazy.
Yeah. I think like memories like that always like kind of stay because you can like go back to them and you can almost remember how you felt exactly in that situation, you know? And like when you have like a
100%.
huge meaningful thing and like like I don't know, memories like that for me, I have a lot of those too when I'm younger too, where it brings me back and I could know how I felt at that age and time and almost how I thought.
Yes.
And it's powerful
You know
stuff.
what does that for me a lot is music. Like I'll hear certain songs,
Yeah.
they're able to like literally flash me back to how I felt when the song was on the radio, you know?
Yeah. I call that like positive PTSD, where you get sent back to and relive good memories.
Post-traumatic, we'd have to change stress to another word.
Yeah.
Post-traumatic, something that's like fun, but with an S.
Silly
disorder.
Post-traumatic silly disorder.
Yeah.
Well,
we
so
need to get that approved.
Did you go out to LA to film Pee Wee's Playhouse, or like where was that shot at?
Pee Wee was shot in New York.
Oh,
yeah, he had a film set there for a while, right? I'm pretty sure.
Well, they did one season in New York, and that was the season I was on. And then I believe they moved the show to Los Angeles, and that's when I stopped being on there. So after the first season, I'm not really sure what happened.
Well, the first season in New York City, I know too that Rob Zombie, one of his first jobs, was doing like set design or something like that on that season in particular, because he had just he was living in New York City at the time when like White Zombie wasn't even together at that point, and he was more into film. But yeah, one of his first jobs was doing stuff in just talking about that set in New York. So
what a set to
he was
design,
he was creeping somewhere in the shadows while you were there, I think, Rob Zombie.
Interesting.
And
I'm
early,
sure there were a lot of people creeping in the shadows. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember the set being like that. There were a lot of it was like an open set, and there's a lot of people hanging out. Sometimes it's the opposite. Like sometimes people want a closed set and there's no visitors. So I do remember it being a very open set. Really cool. I met I got a chance to work with Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah,
I was gonna ask about Cowboy Curtis, baby.
Yeah, he's the best, man.
Yeah, he seems like he's like a chill dude in real life too, and was probably fun to be around.
He was very good to the kids at the time, you know.
Was Phil Hartman on at that point, or he just come in season 2, or just he was? I know he came in and out. He was.
I have no recollection of. I don't think I had any interactions with him. If I did, I forgot.
Yeah. And then after that, you did the Cosby Show, right? And then
I think it was after that. Yeah, it was around the same.
Around the same time.
Those memories were hazy. Yeah, for his.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
But yeah.
I mean, I've worked with most of the best sex offenders in history. Michael Jackson.
There you go.
Cosby. Worked with a few.
Yeah. What'd you do with Michael Jackson? Like a music video or one of his like?
Michael Jackson did a mockumentary called Baby Bad, where they did remember the Bad video?
Yeah,
they did the whole video, but with little kids.
Okay.
And
That's
so I was in that production, and there was like a short film involved. Basically, I played his manager as a young kid, guy named Frank DeLeo.
okay.
That's
And they put a
that's
ponytail on me, and I was smoking cigars and shit.
that's awesome. That's
It was great. I
yeah.
was the biggest Michael Jackson fan on the planet. I used to try to dress like him. I had posters all over my
Yeah.
wall. So getting a chance to meet him and getting a chance to go to his concert, that Michael Jackson concert, one of the best memories of my whole life. And to this day, I mean, nobody can touch Michael Jackson, bro. As a
Yeah.
performer,
Yeah.
sorry. There's
Dude,
guys, people are
yeah.
good. Usher's good. This new guy's good, but Michael Jackson, Bruno Mars, he's good, but they're all kind of like watered down versions of Michael Jackson, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and their creativity only goes so far because it's a lot of them just like kind of taking and picking from things. And yeah, it's he really like that's why I always wish I saw him live. But yeah, as a kid, like I loved him, and I would just watch a lot of his, video albums and stuff. And it was awesome. And he always created a fun world, like the one early '90s one where he has like a bunch of claymation in it and shit. And yeah, I wish I saw him live. I saw Prince live at least. So at least that's probably
That's
like
true.
someone I saw like on that, same level ish.
I just heard
But
a story. They're talking about Michael Jackson before he died was in position to purchase the Marvel franchise.
yeah,
That's
I saw that
insane.
too. Because
That's crazy.
there's a lot of rabbit hole stuff with that too, as far as his death is
Yep.
concerned and everything.
Yep.
But
How he
I get
went from like
uh,
100 million negative to like 1 billion positive, and all you
yeah,
gotta do is be dead.
yeah, and he was holding all the publishing stuff too, of like the
You guys
Beatles,
know
and he was
about
buying up a lot.
you guys know about Dave?
I do know about Dave.
Ooh, boy.
Dude, that is so weird, especially because he, did that creepy character in like the late '90s like video album he
That's
did
it.
where
That's right.
he's a
That was
white
his
guy.
get off.
Yeah, yeah,
Michael Jackson's get off was dressing up as somebody else and fooling everybody. That
True.
was his crack, dude.
Well, he was kind of like Pee Wee Herman in the sense that like who he was to the public was more like a character a lot of the time. Like when people like behind the scenes, they're just like, yeah, he usually doesn't even talk in the high pitched voice as much either. Like, and he's more of a normal, normal-ish guy than you would think as far as like how he talks and everything and like how he acts. And
And
he was like,
I heard recently that you know how the media was always on him, like with the oxygen chamber and this and that. I heard
yeah,
recently that was him doing that on purpose. Like he would purposely generate stories and do things and run out of buildings with his face covered in order
yeah,
to keep his name in
yeah,
the media. And that just seems like, wow, okay, he was
yeah,
smart.
Yeah,
Like
he's
he
playing
wasn't
chess.
just an idiot. Yeah.
yeah. He definitely knew COVID was coming for sure with the he was
With the
rocking
mask.
that look. Yeah. That was my like when
100%.
COVID first happened. I threw one of those on. I'm just like, I kind of like this. I'm like, '90s Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's had it, and it's kind of. But I mean, I guess it's good that now that we've grown up, we're not still trying to dress like Michael Jackson or dance like them. Because I think he made a pretty big impression on Corey Feldman, who's.
Oh God! Holy
I think
shit!
because
Corey
Corey Feldman
Feldman
is still doing it. He's
I'm
still.
gonna let you know. I don't know what we think about Corey Feldman, but in Corey Feldman's mind, he is Michael Jackson.
Yeah, 100%.
Sometimes that's enough.
Yeah, right. It might be nice, That'd be cool
Bro,
walking
I
around
love
thinking
it.
you're.
I love
Yeah.
watching him do that thing because it's an example on how to live your life. In his mind, he's a rock star. He just
Yeah.
went on a tour with Limp Bizkit. He
Yeah.
doesn't see
Yeah.
himself as a joke, right? He sees
Exactly.
himself as a rock star. So I use that in my own life because, sometimes we get pigeonholed in certain positions. So I respect that he's able to stay relevant.
Yeah.
I mean, if I
Definitely.
want to get on TMZ, I got to go get arrested.
Yeah.
So I appreciate his ability to stay working in an incredibly competitive market. And let me tell you something. If a video of me got out playing that solo that he played, where he just looks like a retarded person, I would
Yeah.
leave the country.
Yeah.
I would leave the
Yeah.
country. But he's
Yeah.
able to see that and like laugh
Yeah.
at himself and be like, yeah, it's a terrible solo, but that's what I do. And I admire that about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, also you like Gen Z and like even like our millennial like generations also love like the genre of like cringish comedy, and like
Yes.
even if the person knows that, they're aware of it, but they have to sell it as if like they have no idea and they think they are
Like Andy
absolutely the
Kaufman.
greatest thing. Yeah, Andy Kaufman and yeah, it's just like a lot, you look at wrestling, like the Macho Man and like Ric Flair actually became those characters too, so like I think some people go so deep that it's just like you're doing it all the time.
Macho Man. That's where you got the
Yeah.
glasses.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Now I get it.
absolutely. Shout out to yeah, of course. So it was a shout out to the Macho Man for sure.
Now I get it.
But yeah, also I wanted to ask you about a film. I wanted to watch it, but I can't find it anywhere. I think I have to do like a VPN to watch it in Britain. But Crazy for a Kiss, it was a TV movie from '95.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
For BBC. Yeah.
yeah, and Grace Zabriskie was in it from Twin Peaks, and we're
That's
Twin Peaks
right.
fans,
Wow.
but yeah, I was just trying to like you need to be like in Britain to like be able to view it. So I'm gonna have to figure
Is
it
it
out
not on?
because
It's not on YouTube. I thought it was just on YouTube.
There's
no,
some episodes. It's an anthology series called Screen 2 by BBC, but yeah, I don't know. It's only like some of the episodes are up, so we
yeah,
love doing that. We love finding like deep cut stuff,
yeah,
tracking it down.
Well, I gotta say that movie was making that was like, I mean, I even get like chills just thinking about that time period. It was such an incredible time because like, I don't know, I guess I was like 15 maybe. And I was the star of that movie. And when you're the
yeah,
number one star of a movie, they treat you a certain kind of way.
yeah,
It's like you go from being, the left tackle to the quarterback.
yeah.
And you're just treated differently. And oh my God, that was like such an incredible experience. I had more life in the 2 months of making that movie than a lot of people do in like 10 years. I had I almost just said an incredibly bad I almost said something I shouldn't say. Nobody gives a shit. But
Yeah.
I will say that I had the daughter of one of the crew members made me a man.
Oh damn! So that was a huge that was a huge year, dude.
Huge.
Yeah.
I'm starring in a movie, and I'm in the trailer with the. I can't say the. I'm in the trailer with the makeup lady's daughter.
Yeah,
that's good times, guys.
Well, dude, that's the confidence you probably needed as a lead role too. You're like, fuck yeah, I'm ready now for sure.
Yeah, you know what, bro? You nailed it. Like you have to have, in certain times in life, you have to have that rapper mentality.
Yeah,
where it's like I'm the dopest motherfucker here, and I think acting might be one of those things because you got 200 grown adults that are standing around working to facilitate you acting for a few seconds.
Yeah.
So you have to really be confident. You know what I mean? They're counting on you.
Yeah. And like reading the synopsis of it, it seems so. I love the idea of the story of like, your character's just being supposed to be brought to his uncle's house and they drop him off at a psych ward. Like, and I feel like that's a very real thing, for like a lot of people,
100%.
whether it's psych wards or rehabs and stuff. It's just like, all right, yeah, we're going there. Especially if you're, you're younger and a teenager and your parents are just trying to, get you somewhere. So like, yeah, we're gonna deep dive the archives and watch that shit for sure.
Bro, it's worth a watch. And it is based on a true story. The guy whose life it is in the movie. And
okay. Is that the guy who wrote it?
Story.
Mick Shane or something his name is?
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
I can't remember if he wrote it, but yeah, Mick Shane, it's about his life. It's about his story. And crazy shit. I mean, yeah, you think you're going to your uncle's house. 2 days later, you're getting shock therapy in a sanitarium. Woo!
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it was cool too to kind of like have that role too that was more serious and stuff and like more serious element as far as storylines and stuff like that. And
Yes, I
I'm sure
really
like
appreciated
artistically
it.
it probably fed you pretty well as far as like feeling fulfilled with like doing something
100%.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like
And
the first time, I didn't have any goalie pads on, and I
yeah,
really did. I really do like acting. Some
yeah,
actors really don't like to act. It's the truth.
yeah,
But I really enjoy it. I like the whole process. I like auditioning. I like going to a wardrobe and figuring out what clothes you're gonna wear. I like going to hair and makeup. I really enjoy it, and I got to do a lot of it on that movie because I was in probably every 90% of the scenes. So I was
yeah.
working like 14, 15, 16-hour days. And yeah, I just had an amazing experience with that movie. They couldn't decide to whether to cast me or Sam from Heavyweights. You guys remember
Okay.
Sam?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was between me and him. And they couldn't decide, and eventually they went with me. I would have went with him, to be honest, because physically he looked just like McShane. He was like he
Yeah,
had no neck, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, sadly he's no longer with us.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know that he passed.
Yeah, I just found that out recently.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Um,
Crazy
uh,
news.
yeah. What are some like films in the 90s that like you went out for that you really wanted to do, or one that you turned down that you're just like, I wish I fucking did that, or you couldn't do
Peter
because you were doing
Pan,
a different film?
Peter Pan, Lord of the Rings. They were trying to have me be in Lord of the Rings, and they couldn't work that out. Not Lord of the Rings, Lord of the Flies.
Or the
There you
Flies,
go.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
um, there was another one called Major Pain that I was supposed to be
Oh
in, but
man.
they couldn't work it out scheduling wise.
Yeah.
And there was one called Pumpkin, which I ended
Yeah.
up having an ancillary part in, but I really
Yeah.
wanted the lead role in that movie, and I tried very hard to get the lead role, but didn't
Yeah.
get it.
We
Yeah,
But that
watched
was like,
it specifically because you're in it.
yeah, we
And
watched all of Pumpkin.
good
is it
movie.
any good? Was it
Yeah, it's
good?
pretty good. Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right, I've never
it's
seen it.
very dark and like it's not what you expect really. And then like, Christina Ricci's character is like acts like she's from like the 1950s, and everyone kind of has that weird reality vibe.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
yeah.
uncanny.
19,
Kind of.
yeah, yeah, and
It
then
felt weird when we were there, so I'm sure it ended up kind of weird.
yeah, yeah, and you're just like
But here's
Pumpkin's
the thing:
friend. Yeah,
everybody thought that movie was Hank's "What's Eating Gilbert Grape."
yeah,
This role was supposed to be a catalyst role for whoever got it,
Yeah.
yeah.
and I don't know, it didn't seem to have that effect for him. I wonder why. You guys think he did a good job?
Uh,
I
honestly, I
think
thought it
so.
was.
It's kind of hard for that
I feel,
role, I
yeah,
think, because it's like there's only so many lines that he has and stuff, and he has to
Right.
kind of like
but it
27
downplay a lot
increases
of
minutes
but it
stuff.
long. It looked
increases throughout.
Yeah.
But I thought you probably would have been better. I think yours would have been less campy, probably. I think there's some moments where it's kind of like, but also the vibe of the film
Yeah.
is like almost a dark comedy too, and like very odd the way everyone interacts, and like the screenplay itself of like how everyone talks, and like this weird little sorority, and it's kind of just like the center of the world there, and
Yeah,
it's
that's a good
like
way to put it. But it's cool. Like that's what's awesome about movies. Like that movie's so interesting, right? I mean, it's like
yeah,
you catch such a vibe watching it. I haven't seen it all the way through, but I know it puts you in a weird headspace that's kind of cool to be in for a little while. You know what I mean?
yeah. I love like reality creating, doing mixtures of different timelines, just also
Making
looks
your
and
own
everything.
world.
Like, yeah, and like all like, like Christina Ricci's hair was like reminiscent of like the 50s and 60s, how like it would swoop out and stuff. And
I was
yeah,
going through a phase during that movie where I wanted to fuck everyone and everything. So
yeah,
anytime I would get like within 15 feet of Christina Ricci, my blood pressure would just shoot up, and I didn't have to talk. Because she was very hot at the time, and just like she's a sexy little girl. Funny story
yeah,
about that movie is my buddy in the movie, my Cotard, his
yeah.
name was Michael Bacall. You guys know the guy I'm referring to?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah,
you
yeah, he was.
guys get
Yeah,
off the bus with each other, and you're
Right,
like,
exactly. So the whole
yeah,
movie, the whole time we were filming, and we were there for like 2 months in our trailer the whole time. When you're shooting a movie, like they want you nearby, even if you're not in the scene that day, just in case they change their mind.
yeah.
So we were hanging out there for a while, and he was in his trailer the whole time. He wouldn't socialize. He wasn't hanging out at the craft service table, just in his trailer in a very weird way. And so I questioned him about it. What are you doing in there, bro? And he says, I'm writing.
hmm.
Everybody's writing. Fucking
Yeah,
writing. Well,
yeah.
after the movie, he finished the script he was writing and he
Mhm.
sold it and he made the movie. And within 2 years after shooting that movie, he became one of the most prolific comedy writers in Hollywood.
Oh,
He
damn.
wrote several movies. He wrote fuck, I can't. Can somebody Google what movies he
I'm
wrote?
already there.
It's on it, yeah.
He's working on a new version of The Running Man, Stephen King film.
Oh wow.
Right? Isn't that
But he did a
Stephen King?
couple
I might
ones.
be wrong.
Yeah.
Something Saves the World, like Scott Pilgrim Saves the World or
Yeah.
Oh,
something.
okay, yeah, Michael
Yep.
Cera.
He did
Yeah, yeah.
22 Jump Street, 21 Jump Street,
Yeah.
Project X,
Project
Scott
Oh,
X.
wow,
Pilgrim.
yeah.
Oh, he did Manic too. I think was Manic the film he was working on.
That
That
was
was
the
2000.
breakout. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that was his Don Cheadle and Manic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
That's
was
it,
that
yeah.
was the one he was
Yeah.
writing
Oh,
in the trailer,
Yeah.
and I thought he was full
yeah.
of shit.
It was a
No,
pretty good
that's
movie.
wild, dude.
It's about I
Yeah.
think it's Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He's in a
Oh,
he's
okay.
in a mental health facility and he has
Yeah,
bipolar. It was pretty
yeah. He
intense,
kept
but it was a
saying
good
that.
Yeah.
movie.
He kept saying, I got a great idea. It's a great script, and it's all in one room. We can shoot it really cheap. And I'm like, this fucking guy. Somebody help me.
Yeah.
Like, you know, from
Yeah.
the Boulevard of Broken Dreams, Bacall, and now he's,
Yeah.
drives a Ferrari.
Yeah. Get you in one of his future films for sure that he's writing.
Why doesn't he put me in anything, cocksucker? I gotta
He
send him a message.
he should. Yeah. I think we're gonna start a protest of his films
He
unless you
really
put fucking
should.
Shaun Weiss in.
I've worked with so
Yeah.
many people that have gone on to be like for instance, that movie. I did a movie called Suits on the Loose. I get a feeling you guys know about that already.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't seen it, but yeah.
It's a good watch. But my co-tard in that movie was a guy named Jason Weiner, and he
Yeah.
went on to be the main director of Modern Family.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah,
You would have been good on Modern Family too. I feel
I
like
agree.
yeah, that would have been a solid fit. Also on Pumpkin, young Amy Adams on the set too.
No,
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. Amy
I don't
Adams is
remember
in
that.
it,
That's
and then
trippy.
you had Melissa McCarthy, and
that
that
I
was
remember.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Amy
Amy
Adams, I
Adams
did
is
not remember.
she's one of like the bitchy blonde chicks from like the other
Oh
sorority.
shit!
Yeah,
Oh, 100%.
yeah,
Oh my god, dude, that's crazy. I know.
uh,
I can picture the scene exactly now. It's great.
well, that's what's crazy because like a lot of the films you're like that's like the show like Freaks and Geeks like that like ensemble cast is wild like as far as young talent and stuff, and you were probably like one of the most known people like going when
Yeah.
that show came out in '99, and yeah, we were just watching like a scene earlier where like because like I forgot young Ben Foster's in it and stuff, and
Yeah,
there's all
yeah,
these
dude. He
random
was
people
in the
you'll see
pilot.
pop up. Yeah, and you'll see all these people pop up and stuff, and you're just like, wow,
It's funny
that's
that you mentioned Ben Foster. That's he's one of the people that's like, it's crazy to see where he started and where he is now.
yeah,
I mean, just imagine. I met him pilot episode of Freaks and Geeks, and he was playing that kid with Down syndrome. To go from
yeah,
that to some of the roles that he's done, it's like it's kind of eerie sometimes watching these people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah,
because he's one of the best actors on the earth of
yeah.
all
No, he's
time.
fantastic. Yeah,
And
I feel like
another guy I came to Hollywood and came up with that turned into a big star is a guy named Michael Pena.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Of
yeah.
course.
yeah. What'd
Yeah,
you
we
work on
came
him
out
with?
to LA. Well, we came out to LA around the same time, and
Okay,
he was roommates. He was roommates with this guy named Nate Richard, who was the boyfriend on Sabrina the Witch.
okay,
But we were all hanging out together before anybody had a job. And Mike was staying on Nate's couch for months, and he was sleeping in a van, and he was sleeping in his car for the most part. And we were starting to get acting jobs, and Mike always had in his hand an acting book. Every time you see him, he would have a book reading about acting. And that was another situation. It's like, Mike, put down the fucking acting book, all right? Get a job. Just have a job, Mike. And he turned, if you ask me, he's one of the finest actors of our generation. I don't even believe it. I don't even believe it when I'm watching him do these roles, because in person, and I'll just say it, he doesn't seem like he has the IQ to pull off these roles. Like the roles that he plays are smarter, more intricate, more complex than his actual self. I don't know how he's able to do it.
Yeah.
He just doesn't.
That's got that somewhere deep inside him, I guess, and was able
He's
to
great
access it.
He's pretty good with comedy too, you know. So
he's probably the most underrated comedic actor in Hollywood, because personally, when you hang out with Mike, that's what it is. It's just laughs constantly. We used to just have the best time. And then Mike went into Scientology.
Yep. I think Ben Foster did too for a while.
I'll use his slogan. He says that if you're not a Scientologist, you're not even on the playing field. What does he say about it? Basically, if you're not a Scientologist, he doesn't want to fuck with you.
Yeah. Well, because they have
it here.
Yeah, because we're like it's like the Harry Potter world. We're like muggles to Scientologists. They have like a name for it, like 2-letter acronym for like people that aren't Scientologists or whatever. Like basically just like ops, basically. Like and they don't know exactly what's going on. They don't understand that Lord Xenu is gonna blow up out of a volcano and bring all the Scientologists to some other galaxy.
That's what the drones are.
Exactly.
Dude, right?
Maybe they had something fucking.
Maybe Hubbard was right. Maybe Hubbard was right.
I'm not going to read Dianetics, but
here's what I've learned, guys. Here's what I've learned, and this is very important. If you listen to nothing else I say, try to hear this. And this comes from literally wisdom, right? I'm not a smart man, but I've lived 45 years now, so I've picked up a few things by making the same mistakes over and over, right? So what I'm going to tell you is 100% true. This is not a theory. This is reality. So in life, the beauty of life and God's gift to us is this. Anything you really believe and then is empowered by life energy does become reality. So you have to be very careful about what you investigate, because what you're searching for, you will find. And that's God's gift to us. It's supposed to be a gift, not a curse. So we have to make sure that we head down the right places. And I think by nature, we're designed to create, not investigate. I don't think the brain is capable of figuring all this out. Instead, I think the brain is supposed to penetrate and create things instead of trying to figure out what is there. Because it's impossible to figure this out. And by the time you do figure it out, it changes.
Yeah. Or there's some other, random door in the floor, and then it's just like completely changes your views that you thought you knew.
And you realize you're wrong about every fucking thing. So it's important. And my advice, especially to young guys like you, it's important to find something you're passionate about. Find a goal that you're committed to, that you're committed to working towards. And when you have that, and you have that sort of passion in your life and something you're working towards, most of the stressors that most people encounter just fall away, because you're not worried about that shit. You're focused on getting something done. And to me, that's the best way to like exist here, is in a creative mindset with a goal in mind. If you don't have a goal in mind, it's like getting in your car and just hitting random on the GPS.
Yeah.
You don't have a direction.
Then you just become an NPC, basically. You're just kind of floating around and you're just,
100%. But if you have a goal, if you have a destination, even if you make wrong turns, it'll course correct. And you're heading in a direction. That's my best advice for anybody.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I think it's always important, like, as far as you're saying about wisdom too, like you learn growing up in schools, they said the posters on the wall, like knowledge is power, but it's really wisdom is power because you're implementing the knowledge you have previously and then actually experiencing it though, like knowledge,
100%.
so it's just like so much more important. And yeah, and like that's crazy, like each decade you go, like I go through like 20s, 30s, and then one of my 40s, just perspective keeps changing and learning new things. And obviously like you learn more and grow more when you are like trying to take the harder roads and you are making mistakes, and like you learn more about yourself for sure too. And it's yeah, that's why
Are
like
you
a
guys?
lot of
Sorry. Are any of you
no, you're
guys
good.
into? Have any of you guys ever experimented with any yoga?
Yeah,
I have
I do a
done
lot
some
lately.
yoga. I'm trying to
Nice,
do it again more.
nice, nice.
Yeah.
I did this program. I did this program that changed my life. It's how I recovered off of crystal meth and heroin. And
Yeah.
heroin. Nobody gives me credit for being a heroin addict.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
They just
never
say I
do in
was a meth
TMZ.
addict.
It's bullshit. Yeah.
The thing is, I used to get arrested with meth on me. And that's why people know I did meth. But
Yeah.
I never got arrested with heroin on me.
Yeah.
That's because whenever I got the heroin, I would do it right away.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not something you hold
I
on to
never
for
got caught.
sure.
But
Yeah.
anyway, I quit meth and heroin, which the numbers are not good. Only
No.
4% of people that go to residential treatment stay clean after 1 year.
Yeah.
So it's just a miracle that I recovered. And I credit this program to empowering me with the tools I needed. It's called Inner Engineering, innerengineering.com. And it's an online course that gives you the tools to take control of your own mind, thoughts, and emotion.
Yeah.
And that's a big step, dude.
Yeah.
When you're in control of those things, life is completely different.
Yeah. And like switching your brain around because like, in a way, addiction with drugs, like you are in your own mind in control because like every day you're like, all right, I have the drugs. This is what I'm doing. I'm getting high. And it's like a controlled reality you're in. But yeah, having that
That's
like
interesting. Yeah.
behavioral therapy of kind of switching that up to like positive things and like now controlling sobriety and stuff like that. And yeah, that's why it seems like similar to like some people do like cognitive behavioral therapy where it's like they have to switch around kind of their views and get out the negative ones, turn into positive things. And yeah,
Well,
it's definitely a lot of
I
work.
have sort of a revolutionary approach to recovery that
Yeah.
I feel like it can help a lot of people. And I'll just break it down for you simply. The current treatment modality is abstinence, getting people to quit drugs altogether. But here's the thing. In recovery, they showed us a videotape. And the video was about something they call the hedonic scale. Now, the hedonic scale measures somebody's pleasure, right? Yeah. So Tim is on an average day, things are going good at work. He's fine. Nothing bad is happening. His score is a 60. Yeah. Tim is having a bad day. He's a little depressed. His score is a 40. Now, Tim has a beautiful date tonight with a gorgeous girl. He's very excited about it. That score becomes an 80. Now, Tim puts his mouth on a meth pipe, takes a hit. That score is 1,200.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what we're dealing with. How do you get somebody that is accustomed to feeling 1,200 to not want to ever feel 1,200 again?
Yeah. And to be okay with going.
Happening.
Yeah.
It's not happening. That's why relapse is so prevalent and relapse is inevitable. Because listen, it's like telling somebody don't ever come again.
Yeah, no,
I mean, I can hold off for a while, but at some point, I'm going to go jerking off at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why guys fall off the wagon. Then they relapse, and then it's this whole thing. I ruin my... So my approach is a little different. I have learned how to close my eyes and activate my chakras.
Yeah.
And what I have learned is that all drugs are simply activating your chakra.
Yeah.
So for me, heroin is this chakra, and this chakra wide open, completely illuminated. So when I close my eyes and I focus on these areas and I open them up, I can feel like I'm on heroin, and I do. And I'll do it for a couple hours.
Yeah.
So I'm not a sober person. I am
Yeah.
high on life.
Oh yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. Well,
And I
meditation's
think this
amazing, dude.
approach can really help a lot of people.
Yeah. No, and like, because like the spiritual aspect is so important. I feel like, because you can get put on like medications to help with, anxiety and other stuff that you're dealing with. Because, the big thing is that, that people always say is like, the drugs, aren't the problem. They're the solution to your problem. And, balancing that and, yeah, it's definitely like the spiritual aspect is huge. I think definitely, especially like, because it's a huge self-discovery process also. And you're
Yeah.
also figuring out who you are now, because I think the mistake some people will make is like, you have drugs and they're just like, I want to get back to who I was before that, before I was doing drugs. Like I need to find that guy. And it's just like, you can find some parts of him left over for sure, but you got to kind of, yeah, have an evolution as a person for sure.
What you said is exactly on point. The 12 steps are an instruction manual on how to have a spiritual awakening. The
Yeah.
last step says just that. After having had a spiritual awakening through going through the steps, dot, 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 dot. So the guys who made the AA program, they say that it's impossible for one to recover without having a spiritual awakening. They say that's the cure. In fact, they claim that that's the entire reason we're drug addicts to begin with, that we lack a connection with God. So what you're saying is not only important, but necessary. An addict must have some sort of spiritual, some sort of evolution in order to have the power to get out of it. Also, on a very fundamental level, I really feel like it's a battle for your soul. I feel like it's spiritual warfare. And the things I used to do when I was on meth and heroin, I can look back and clearly tell you that that wasn't me, bro. That's not who I am. I was possessed.
Yeah. Dude, it legitimately is like, and that's what's like crazy. It's like when people think about drugs and stuff like that, like hallucinogenics, for instance, like mushrooms or acid, like, you're going to like a different reality. Like opiates and meth and those things too, they are their own like weird dark realities. And like your mentality will change with all that stuff. And you view people, you receive them differently and like your views on everything. So it's like, you're also trying to like, get this spiritual spaceship to get the fuck out of dimension 17, right? And get back to planet Earth. And so that's like, that's hard too. Cause then definitely your spirit being pulled in so many directions, or your soul, whatever entity of power that we have that is, kind of running this piece of, slab of meat with some water and skin.
You said it. Bro, that's exactly it. There's something here. There's an intelligence here that's not me. Something is running these organs. I'm not doing it. I'm not running my heart and my liver and my kidney. But there's an intelligence here that's taking a piece of bread in the morning and turning it into a human being over the course of an afternoon.
Yeah.
And the point of yoga is to access that intelligence.
Yeah. Have you ever tried hot yoga?
If you could consciously turn a piece of bread into a human being over the course of an afternoon, they would call you God.
Yeah.
So that's the whole point of the practice, is being able to access that intelligence. Because if a drop of that intelligence enters your life, it's a magical experience. Now, hot yoga, I have not tried hot yoga. I had somebody that I trust very much advise me against hot yoga.
Yeah, I did it one time and I'm not a fan. Because like with yoga, you want to kind of be like I like slower yoga where like you're more in a meditative state, honestly, and like kind of chiller. But like hot yoga is just like, exactly what it sounds like. You're just like drenched in sweat.
It's a Western add-on to yoga. The best
Yeah.
yoga is the classical yoga, hatha
Yeah.
yoga, and that's
Yeah.
the old stuff that's thousands of years old.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
and that's that part of that whole meditation world too. That's why meditation's cool. And there's like all different forms from different, places on the planet. Like even
You're
here,
not
like
going to
Neta,
find
yeah,
you won't find a wealthy, successful person on this earth that isn't a meditator. Everyone you know that's got millions of dollars or billions of dollars, they all do yoga.
Yeah, I mean, even David Lynch, the director, he has like
Oh yeah, he's huge into the
Transcendental Meditation.
Transcendental. Yeah,
like,
he's big with that.
foundation.
Finch or Lynch or whatever.
Yeah.
Lynch. Yeah.
Yeah. And even the Satanist type people have their own meditation stuff too. It's like
True,
even,
exactly.
no matter like and it's just like even the people that like are more hedonistic or beliefs of evil, like they still have to, kind of get to that axis, that center point,
You see, everything that we do as a human being, literally every single thing you do is an expression of who you are. Only yoga is an investigation into who you are. You're not trying to express this is who I am. Look at me. You're trying to find out.
Yeah. And you have to listen to your subconscious. That's like when before I like ever meditated, it's just kind of like, yeah, for sure. Okay. I'm just going to sit there and go hum. And then like you have like your first experience where I did like a Native American meditation and like, they did like a simple like animal one where like you're going to see an animal. And of course, going into it, like, oh yeah, I'm just going to see what I'm thinking about now, like giraffe or this and that. But then like you go deep and down, you're like in your subconscious, like walking around and, there's something else to greet you and it's wild. And then like you come at it. Like I've done, I don't know if you heard like bio like sound beds and stuff, but like they legit just like put you into a meditation. Like it's like a vibrating bed and it's going and you have headphones on playing kind of like meditative music and the bass in it goes with the bed itself. So like that was like, I was able to use that a few times and it's super cool because it like just puts you into a meditation and it's a deep one. Like, I remember like doing it for like 2.5 hours and like I came out and I'm just like, oh, was that like 20 minutes, and like it's super interesting and
cool. Sounds really cool.
Have you ever heard of Diamond Dallas Page, the wrestler? Just to bring it back.
I've heard of it. I can't picture it.
He has like a franchise, DDPY, Diamond Dallas Page Yoga.
Yeah, I know that guy. Yeah.
But also like just speaking to how like restorative yoga can be like when you're trying to like make these big recovery shifts or whatever it is, like he's had tons of people that he's had come live with him that were like, wrestlers back in the day that were deep in addiction, put them on the DDPY, tried to help them get into programs. And you see them like Jake the Snake Roberts, he's doing great now.
He was
Buff
having
Bagwell.
problems with drugs and stuff?
For a long time.
And then it was causing so much health issues too. And like, he has.
There's a great doc about his like struggles. It's called The Reincarnation of Jake, or is it The Resurrection of Jake the Snake Roberts? It's one of those. I think it's The Resurrection.
Do you know what platform?
You
know what platform I can watch it on?
We can definitely find Amazon Prime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, The Resurrection of Jake the Snake.
That sounds dope. That's definitely something I watch.
He not only had like such an insane like life during like addiction, but like his growing up time period was like a nightmare. Like his father was very abusive. Yeah, it's a powerful
scary.
story.
Yeah, it's definitely a dark origin story for sure. Like his dad was a psycho.
I do a process that I learned. It takes a few minutes every morning. And you're talking about like the benefits of yoga. So the process, like when we reach a certain age, your brain cells, the rate at which they regenerate begins to decline. This happens for men fairly young, like almost your late 20s. Your brain stops growing and it starts basically shutting down, especially when you're my age. Now, the practice that I do is clinically proven. After 6 months, your brain cells begin to it increases your brain cell rejuvenation by 100%. I'm just repeating facts that came out of USC and UCLA.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's on paper. The practice I'm doing is helping my brain get stronger, which is not the way nature works. So how do you argue with something like that? I mean, I'm clearer now. I feel like my intellect is sharper now. My
Yeah.
memory is probably a little shitty because of either that or the heroin. But I mean, I'm sharper now. I'm healthier now. I feel better now at 45 than I did when I was 16.
Yeah.
And it's because of this yoga. So, I mean, that's all I can tell you is my own experience with it and hope that, it leaves an impression on you.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And and also I think like it helps as far as recovery, like, people that are open-minded to all that other stuff and aren't, because like you have people like AA and NA, like they call them like the AA Nazis and stuff that are just like super hyper negative, super negative,
Yeah.
and it's like, and like just want to put people down. Like I'm the best addict of all time. Like you
Yeah,
have to
there's a lot
fucking
of
do
that.
shit my way.
I
Like
can't handle the programs and the groups. It's not
yeah,
my crowd. It's hard
yeah,
for me to go and sit in a room for an hour where people are just talking about all these horrible things that happen to them.
yeah,
I have more of a progressive mentality. I do not subscribe to the belief that once an addict, always an addict. I just don't
yeah,
believe because nothing on this earth is permanent. So why the hell should my addiction be permanent? That doesn't
yeah.
make any sense to me.
And we
So
change
I
as
don't.
humans too, over
Yeah,
time. Like so, it's
right.
different person,
So
and
how does it
that's
help me? I feel like I'm a sober person now. How does it help me going into a room and saying I'm an addict? I'm Shaun. I'm
yeah,
an addict. It's just
yeah,
not my thing.
yeah.
But I
And it's
get it.
like yeah, and some people I don't know, like they're proud to just like define who they are just simply only as an addict, and like that's the greatest, and it's a great accomplishment to get
Oddly
off
enough,
drugs, but it's just like you got to kind of like now you did it, so like on to the
people
next
want to
thing.
find a team that they play for, and that's some people's team to play for.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So how's going off topic, I guess. How's like the stand up been? Because I've been watching some of your stand up and it's fucking great. When did you
Thank you,
really
bro.
start doing stand up?
I started doing stand up when I was 21 years old. They have an open mic at the comedy club called the Laugh Factory. And famously, the owner of the club has an open mic on Tuesdays and he lets newcomers come in. After your show, he gives you tips and he does this to develop you as a stand up comedian. And a lot of guys do the open mic for years. And his name is Jamie and he gives you tips. And a lot of comedians, that's how they get started, the open mic at Laugh Factory. Well, I did the open mic and I went to see him after the show, and he hired me as the host and signed me to a deal as my manager. Well, I showed up the next Tuesday, and then I didn't show up for the next 3 months. Just my personality, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
So I dabbled in it when I was younger, just because everyone
yeah.
said you
Dip your
should do a
foot in,
stand-up
yeah.
comedy.
And how did
But
you approach
now,
that, like as an actor, stand up? Sorry to interrupt, but like how you like did you go into it as like kind of like all right, I'm gonna be myself, but obviously times 10 and kind of is it kind of like almost an acting role as an actor going into stand up
yes,
comedy? Like, do you have that
yes,
mentality?
for me, it very much is. Like because I'm not a stand-up comedian, but I have 10,000 hours being an actor.
Yeah,
So I model it that way. I write my act as if it were a script, and then I go up and perform it as if I was acting a scene. So I very much look at it in the context of being an actor. And
yeah,
I approach it completely different. I don't like my modality isn't like, oh, let me see if these bits are funny and I'll test out my material. I don't do that. I just write what I think is funny and then I go and act out my set. Just like Tom Hanks did in that movie he did where he played a comedian. Did you guys see that?
what movie, what is that called again? Is that from is that early 90s?
Yes.
Punchline.
Yep,
Punchline. Have you
that's
guys
it.
seen
Yep.
it?
I
Great
haven't seen
movie.
it. I haven't seen it in years. I saw that as like a kid, but yeah, no, yeah, I liked
It's
it
So
more
Sally
he's
than
Field.
acting. He's
yeah,
acting his way through it. He's an actor. He's not a comedian, but he's acting his,
yeah,
his way through. And I think that's basically what I have going on. And I find that I want to talk about topics that are, on my mind. But I find that when I go on stage, people want to hear about my story. They
yeah,
want to hear me talk about being in jail. They want to hear about Coach Bombay. They want to
Yeah.
know if I had sex with Julie the cat. So it's interesting. There's a weird thing between what do I do? Do I do what I want to do, or do I do what they want me to do? So,
Yeah.
and the goal is to please the audience. So I'm
Yeah.
still trying to find out what that is, basically.
That balance. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And I'm sure you don't want to like, yeah, and you like, yeah, as a creator and artist, you don't want to like placate too much to the audience because that takes away from like, your creativity
I'll
and
be
like what
honest
you
with you.
want to do.
Bro, I'll be honest
Yeah.
with you. When I'm on stage, I have no morality about it. Like, whatever I can do to get a laugh, I'll do it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really what it feels like when you're on stage. You're not
Yeah.
thinking about, well, I don't want to pigeonhole myself. You're just like, whatever I have to do to make these fuckers laugh, I'll do it. So
And I'm
that's kind
sure,
of my feeling with that.
yeah, and I'm sure it's like a different experience too. It's like acting, but then also like you're feeling the crowd vibes and stuff, and you're kind of getting an idea, and you can go different directions, or you're seeing what's working and where they're at, and all audiences can be different, depending on where
Yes.
you are that night,
And I find that audiences are so fucking nice to me. There's like a friendly to comedian wave going on where people
Yeah.
are nice to comedians and they like comedians. And when I go on stage in my 20s, I feel like I looked at the audience and they were like, all right, be funny. And now I feel like I get up there and they're like, all right, you can do it, bro. You can do it.
They
You
want
can do
you,
it.
yeah. They want you.
Yeah.
They want you to,
Exactly.
do it. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's definitely something that's changed with the culture. People in the
Yeah.
90s were very like kind of, what's the word? Stood up, you know what I mean? Like stick their nose up to
Yeah.
things and be like, oh, I'm too cool for all of this,
Yeah.
At this
Yeah.
point, speaking back on like cringe comedy and stuff, like younger people now, they're just kind of like, I think they like when people are willing to make fun of themselves,
I agree.
Yeah.
They like when you're willing to be vulnerable.
Exactly,
Vulnerability is
yeah.
always
Yeah.
attractive.
Yeah, because I think where art is now, like after the past, decade or so of like CGI, now we have AI and all this stuff. Like I've always said, like once we get out of that period, people are gonna be hungry for reality, real shit. Like that's why I think like films. I think that's why indie films, have gotten so much bigger and people are more attracted to that because like no one knows what's real anymore. You're talking about drones, all this different shit. Like it's hard to tell like an AI video is real and it's just like
That's the
yeah.
thing too with New Jersey. I'm watching all these clips and I don't know what the fuck is AI and what isn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you have no idea. So I think people, especially younger generations, just like and everybody is just kind of like hungry for like I want reality, real shit. I think that's why like streamers have gotten so big too, like because even though a lot of it's planned and like put in place, it's like for the most part they'll show their vulnerability and it's real, like compared to like everything else.
What if the government, and I know this is fairy tale stuff, but what if the government decided, hey, we are going to put on an elaborate hoax to convince people that we're getting contacted by aliens? And what if they decided, I mean, how many videos of these drones are there? 30? Like these little cell phone videos we're getting from people?
Yeah.
What if they made 50 little AI clips to look like they were taken from people's cell phones? What if they created that entire thing from bullshit? It's possible.
I mean, things have happened in American history that aren't too dissimilar.
Possible, bro. I mean, we went to the fucking moon. It's possible, guys.
But did we?
Yeah, right.
Oh no! Oh,
there was
no!
no stars. There was no stars in the background. But yeah, but yeah, like Joe Rogan and that crowd of conspiracy theorists, like they're pointing out something to talk about is like Project Bluebeam, where it's like something the CIA wanted to do, where they would show that like a fake alien invasion almost, and then also like change people's perspective on the universe and God and all those different stuff, and like have to adhere to some new type thing. But this
is Project Bluebeam.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what they call it. And
I don't try to know like what's going on, right? But I do know this. The very top people that are in control of a lot of the things have this idea that we'll all be better off if there was a sort of a one world government.
Yeah.
I've heard
Problem
this
is-
one from some
The problem
people.
is, in order
Yeah.
to create a one government, you have to destroy all the existing governments. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, and
So
have a reason
that's
for
what I
everything to
fear.
unite. Yeah. Yeah, it is
I
it is
fear that
scary.
these
Like
guys are trying to do that, and they think, in their minds, they think that's what's best for mankind. I don't think they're waking up in the morning like, "Oh, how do we be evil?" I think they think that
Yeah.
that's the best thing, and that's what's even scarier is they think that's in our best interest. So they're going to do this to us for our own good.
Yeah.
I don't wanna.
I don't want to either, dude. Fuck that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
I gotta
Go-
be
so-
honest, we haven't mentioned the Mighty Ducks this entire time.
that's how you know we're fucking badass
Yeah.
when it comes to podcasts. Like I'm sure like
That's legit.
you have a lot of first questions like how was Emilio? And it's just like, all right, I'm sure he was chill.
I was prepared to be bored.
Yeah. What is your favorite of the trilogy though,
Yeah.
as far as working on it and being able to do your thing?
I really don't have a favorite. For the sake of giving you an answer, I'll tell you Mighty Ducks 1.
Yeah.
It was just such an amazing experience. Like, if you can imagine how much fun that would be going off to make those movies,
Yeah.
multiply it by 3. It
Yeah.
was just the best, bro. And we had, we were all just such good friends.
Yeah.
We had such a beautiful camaraderie right from the very beginning. I saw Matt yesterday. He broke his ankle, and I went to bring him some groceries. So the Ducks, like, I don't really have a family, and so the Ducks really are my closest thing to family on earth.
Yeah.
And
It's awesome.
yeah, bro, it was just a great experience. I mean, I don't, maybe my mind has blocked things out, but I don't have a single sour memory about any of that stuff. Like, I don't have not even one time where like there was a fight or something. It was just all a wonderful time. Making Heavyweights was also incredibly fun with Keenan and Aaron. It literally felt like I was getting paid to go to summer camp, and I was.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, dude, it was just the best. And in terms of favorite, I think Mighty Ducks 1 stands up as like a classic American comedy sports film and will forever. And that
They don't
I'm
make
just
them like that
proud of.
anymore.
Well,
No, they don't even try.
And it translated like everything you're saying as far as everyone being really close friends and having a good time because that chemistry I think is what
real.
makes that movie so amazing because like especially watching as a little kid you feel like you're there with them. That's like the best thing a movie can
100%.
do is like draw you in and you feel like these people are your friends, and that's why people can watch those
100%.
movies over and over again because like especially like growing up and you go through lonely years as a kid or a teenager and stuff, like film is, for me always, and like our TV shows and stuff like that have always been like a great connection. And it's just like, I got these people here, they get me.
Comfort media,
Yeah.
That movie also had one of the finest film score composers that has ever done film score, did the music for that movie. So it has beautiful score,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mighty Ducks.
It's all classic.
Goes hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love how like the first movie, like from what I've read, they said it was going to be a little more adultish until they kind of like switch things. And you can tell by like the first scene, like Bombay is like gets a DUI and stuff. And like, it's wild because I hadn't watched them in a while. So like I rewatched them, as more of a human adult. And I'm like, oh, this is fucking pretty cool. I did like a lot of this stuff went over my head as a kid. And like, that's
Right.
like a great children's film is one
Well,
that
in
parents can
most-
watch with kids too,
And in most movies, in most hero journeys, the main character is always 100% of the time quitting alcohol. If you pay attention.
Yeah, it's true.
So that was an excellent message.
Yeah.
Kids.
And it's
Nowadays they don't make messages like that. If they made the message today, Bombay would be trying to get a vagina put on.
yeah, most likely. And
Hey, and there's a story in that too, Sean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, no offense.
We're telling
Yeah.
news stories now.
Yeah.
Ducks
My-
for.
Yeah, Ducks for. Yeah. And Bombay was
I'll
is
send
playing.
the treatment to you ASAP.
Yeah, and Bombay wins the gold medal for the U.S. women's hockey team. And then that's like his little intro in the beginning. Because in the second movie, he always has like his little intros, Bombay. Like the second movie, like, starting out with like, he just goes back and he makes it into like the minor leagues, like to the NHL, even though he hasn't played since he was 13, which is like wild in itself. He's like, that's how good he was. Like, I haven't picked up a stick in a year, but yeah, I'll go pro again. But then my boys need me. And that's what really matters. But also nice, like you were in like you're talking about like the one show that was like canceled. Like like the pilot and they put it out, but also the Tony Danza show. Like they did 5 episodes and
We did one whole
canceled it.
season. I think 13 weeks. No, I think only 5 of them aired, but we
Aired,
did do.
yeah. And it's crazy because I'm looking at the stats of those 5 episodes, and it shows you where TV was then and now. Like they averaged between those 5 episodes 6 million viewers every night. The opening one had like 7.1 million viewers to like and then to like the 5th one that was like still at 6 million. So it's kind of like the ratings were there. It's like very
Crazy.
even back then, obviously like, viewership was like higher because of streaming and all that, but
Yeah,
it's very odd. Yeah.
The number for us to get picked up was 12. So I think the shows that were in like the top 10 or 20 used to get 15, 16 million viewers.
Yeah, it's wild.
That
Yeah,
doesn't
and
happen.
now shows can stay on like on specific networks where like we just need at least 500,000 viewers each night, and you
It's crazy.
and that's more than enough for sponsors, and we can keep going, and like hopefully it does well in streaming and stuff, and yeah, it's wild.
It's changed so much.
Well, the television business, it's an advertising game, and it's there.
Yeah.
It supports the people who advertise there. So basically, the big advertiser is the medical industrial complex.
Yeah.
So what we're watching on TV is what those people think we need to see in order to be sick enough to purchase their products.
Yeah, and draw them in.
The Masked Singer always makes me want to use drugs. I gotta be honest.
I've never seen an episode, but I get it.
Yeah, don't, dude. Don't do it to yourself.
Yeah.
And then there's that shit. Is this cake? Get the fuck out of here.
The judges have like they just are able to guess someone that was like hadn't done any work since like the 1970s, some random TV actor or something like. Wait, I think that has to be Donny Osmond. I don't know. He's giving us all these clues by the weird teddy bear furry outfits he wears. Like it must be him.
Exactly.
And then Nick Cannon comes out like, oh, it's crazy. Oh my God. It's just like, he's the host. He's the host. Yeah. Yeah. He's got to do a lot of hosting jobs with like 5,000 kids. So it's fucking.
He stays busy.
Yeah, he must, dude. I mean, power to him if he wants to pay all that child support too. Like that's wild.
I just linked up with my old talent manager about 2 weeks ago. So I'm going to be trying to get back into auditioning pretty soon, see what happens.
Hell
yeah. Well, I mean, I would say like kind of you did your, I would say like comeback role like with Jesus Revolution, which I liked your scene as far as like the Vietnam vet, right? It was a Vietnam vet that you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was cool. Like, and you Kelsey Grammer, and that got great reviews with it.
I thought that was a beautiful movie. I went and saw it at the premiere, and I actually brought as a date. I brought a porn star to the premiere.
That's fucking badass, dude. That's awesome.
In the film industry, like there's certain markets that are like niche that like horror has become so like big that it went from being like a niche genre to now it's like makes tons of money. Christian films make so much fucking money, like it's insane. So it's a very
especially when they're good
market. Exactly.
Exactly. When they're not cheesy.
It was a very good movie.
Yeah, because it's like it feels like you're watching a movie and it's not placating super to just like the Christian genre and that's it, you know, which I feel like
Yeah.
a
Totally.
lot of those movies make mistakes of doing, you know, like all those Kirk Cameron movies that are like,
Yeah.
I don't know, you know, it's just like a Hallmark film or something. It's a little
Yeah.
campy and cheesy,
No,
but like,
this movie doesn't
yeah,
forget that word. Not flakate. What the hell's that word? When you yeah, it doesn't do that. There's no
Yeah.
yeah,
like
I know what you're getting at.
there's
yeah,
a
yeah,
word. A
yeah.
word
There's
when
some
you
sort of synonym or type of, yeah, but yeah, it was cool, honestly.
patronize. Patronize.
Patronize, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, and we just checked out too your found footage movie you made an appearance in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
This
Hugging
is
Molly.
Yeah.
I love horror stuff. I love found footage stuff. So I
Wait,
gave it
what
a.
did you just say about Molly?
It's called Hugging Molly. That's the
Oh my god, what is that?
you're you're
I've
in
never
it,
heard of that.
dude.
Mhm.
Oh my
Seriously, what is
god.
it?
Maybe okay. So it's kind of you ever seen Blair Witch Project?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like that. It's called Hugging Molly. We were going through your filmography, but either it's a short clip of you and they're like having all the locals talk about this like cryptid named
Oh,
Hugging Molly. Yeah.
Yeah. When did you film that? Because I know it came
I
out
did
this year
it
at some
like a
point.
I don't know, like whatever date is on that video, go back 6 months. And
Okay.
they just asked me to do it on my cell phone, and I did.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
That's
Okay. Yeah,
dope.
Did a
yeah.
favor. But I'd like to see the thing. They never showed it to me or told me about it or anything.
It's on YouTube. Yeah, because I was
Oh, it
just looking
is?
at so yeah, they
Hugging
put it on
Molly?
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a
Well, it's cool.
classic found
Yeah.
footage kind of thing. They
Yeah.
made the
Oh,
best
that's
of their
so dope.
budget and stuff. It was fun. I
Yeah.
love horror stuff like that.
Yeah, Richard like Linklater's daughter's in it too.
No shit.
Lorelai Linklater.
Yeah.
And because she has like a cameo, so it's like it seems like they put their budget towards like we need cool cameos in this. So let's get Linklater's daughter, let's get Shaun Weiss. They got this one rapper Afro that does
Oh
like a
yeah.
cameo.
Oh,
This dude
really?
Genius, Jesus
Yeah.
Jr. So like yeah, you were part of like 4 cameos that like carried the
Sweet.
film in
Yeah.
between like them. You know, like it definitely
Sweet.
like carried it for sure.
Oh,
Um,
I'm glad that what I did was usable and it worked out for them, you know? That's
yeah,
cool.
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's
Next
did
time
he,
I'll ask them for some money. The
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah,
exactly.
right. Yeah, where the fuck is his check, dude? What's going on
Yeah.
here? But yeah, and so you're saying you have a new talent manager, so like you start doing auditions. What kind of like roles? Or I mean, anything kind of comes your way? Drama, comedy? You're just
No, I definitely don't want to do anything that comes my way. I had a long conversation with
yeah,
him. I don't want to do guest spots on Law and Order. I don't want to do anything that's bullshit. I
yeah,
only want to do meaningful projects. That's it.
yeah,
Like the
yeah,
part I did in Jesus Revolution. I just want to do parts
yeah,
like that. I
yeah,
don't want to do anything that's just like a throwaway.
yeah. Like unique characters, and I'm sure you want to try new stuff as far as adding
Yes,
to
it
that
has to
tool
be
bag.
meaningful.
You know,
I'm
yeah,
too old, guys. I'm too old. When you reach a certain age, you're like, oh shit, I can't bullshit anymore. Like, there's no time to bullshit. I'm too
yeah,
old to like go and show up and do a fucking shitty job I don't want to do.
yeah.
So
No
basically,
more.
what I'm really working on is I have some ideas that I've kind of already mentioned, and I'm working on doing like a TED
Yeah,
talk that's really funny and that I can go and do around the country. It's about an hour, and it's sort of my testimonial, me telling my story and
yeah,
trying to help people on the path that I've kind of already mentioned. So that's what I'd
yeah,
really like to be doing is um, helping people in their recovery. I feel like we
yeah,
can inverse these numbers to
yeah,
4%. I
yeah,
feel like we can change that. And really, the system is incredibly corrupt, unfortunately, because, like
yeah,
Chris Rock said, the money is in the treatment, not the cure.
yeah.
So when you go to these places, it's like they want you to come back.
Yeah,
I'm
because they
sorry to
understand
say it.
they understand the recidivism rate, and so a lot of places like they're gonna try to make it a pro
They want you
experience,
to come back.
placate to you, and like so they have that door open, so you can because they're the amount they charge insurances and stuff like that, like even just middle of the road rehab center is probably like 30 grand for like a residential inpatient for 30 days, you know? So it's like,
That's right.
yeah. And
that's
then,
on the cheap side.
yeah, and that's the cheap side for sure. And it's crazy too, because like, you know, unfortunately too, a lot of people find themselves like in the institutionalized cycle of like just bouncing from rehab to rehab because it is like comfortable. You don't have to worry about the outside world. You know, it's
Yeah,
like you're in this
great.
bubble and I have to wake up, you feed me breakfast, and then
3
I'll
meals
sit
a
on some
day.
groups. Yeah. You meet some friends
Most of
there.
them are on narcotic medication, like Seroquel or Soma or Ativan. So they're getting high anyway.
Yeah. You're getting fed
For real.
and you're good to go.
If you go
And
to
so
a
it's
treatment,
easy.
if
Yeah.
you go to a residential treatment place at 9 o'clock, everybody's like this because
Yeah.
everyone takes their Seroquel.
Yeah.
So
And
who's
then
getting sober?
yeah, no, and it also gives the idea of just like when people get out and they do go on a run again and using, it's like, well, what's the worst that's gonna happen? I'm just gonna end back at like a
Back in
rehab,
treatment.
be comfy and just hanging out, meeting some friends, playing spades, chain smoking cigs, and
My first roommate in my first treatment place that I ever went to, it was his 35th.
yeah,
35th. 35, guys.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
He did it
that's
35 times where he'd go to treatment, get out of treatment, and then he had a connection. He had a broker, and the broker would give him $2,000-$3,000 cash, a bag of dope, and put him up in a hotel room for the weekend.
yeah,
Monday,
that's
going back to treatment.
Wow.
yeah. There's so much scary legal stuff that goes on within the treatment world. Like Florida, for instance, like has a lot of scary stuff like that where they will pay people, addicts, to go into
Yeah, that's what
treatment.
I'm talking about.
And they said, yeah,
Exactly
and
what I'm saying.
they're
They
like,
call
do
it body
detox,
brokering.
and then do at least 10 days. So like the insurance pays out whatever amount of money. You'll get your, grand or two of cash, and you'll run out of it pretty fast on the streets, and you'll go through the
You
cycle
know what you're
again.
talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, and
You know what you're talking about.
yeah, it's crazy, and I don't know. It's definitely something that's why, like, I think, we're talking about like all these different aspects of recovery and stuff like that. Like I've always looked at life, like I love Bruce Lee's mindset of like his fighting style is like Judo Keat or whatever, and it was his own thing of taking something from all different martial arts, like a little bit the best of everything, rather than just being one thing. And I think it has to be that way. Like, you get yoga, meditation, get some therapy, you try to change your behaviors, and a lot of it too with like, I would say, like on a basic surface level with recovery, it's a lot of about like maturing too, because it is escapism, and like you kind of are in your own realm, and you have to mature in like a lot of different places in your life too. And kind of, I forget what they say. It's like something like to change your behavior, it takes like at least like 3.5 weeks of doing something new, and then at like 2 months it becomes like your new behavior.
Habit.
If you can keep habit, that's it. Yep. And then it becomes habit, you're just kind of, so it's just kind of doing that reverse of what drugs do, and doing that in a positive light for sure. And yeah, just filling that hole with positive shit, and trying
100%.
to, as you were saying, like on like, the scale, of like 1,200 drugs. So it's like trying to find something that middle ground, and being okay with it too, being comfortable with not being a 1,200, but maybe being an 80 or 90, and enjoying kind of some of the more boring moments in life, I guess. And like normalcy becomes
Sure.
kind of, it becomes kind of, more attractive, I
Sure,
guess.
that is the mundane is the mundane, but I do disagree with you. I don't think we should ever be at 60.
Yeah,
Because
no,
we're
no,
born,
yeah.
born to be at 1,200, my man.
Yeah, no, I shoot for it.
That's down to 60. You what?
Yeah. No, I'm saying like I shoot to try to be higher than 60 for sure. And
Bro, let me
Yeah.
tell you, aim for 1,200. It's just like what you said. It's like a habit. And then when you
Yeah.
build the habit, I'm 1,200 all the time. I'm telling you, bro, I've done it in my own life. And people that know me I think they think I'm bullshitting sometimes. Because how could somebody be in such a good fucking mood?
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
engineered it. Like the way people engineer things on the outside, I've engineered my inside.
Yeah. It's reprogramming
Don't
a lot
settle
of
for
things.
60, man. Go
Yeah.
get you that 1,200.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, 100%. Also, I
For the
have to
sake of
ask
our
you.
podcast, John, come on.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
also have
bro.
to
It's
ask
a
you
podcast.
how dope and big is your knife collection right now? By the way,
It's pretty good. I got some good ones.
yeah, because do
I
you have like a
started off.
sponsorship with the one company or
No, I mean they send me knives just to check out.
yeah? So
But
did you
it's
really
not a,
drop that one on your
not a
foot,
sponsor.
or was that a
No,
bit?
no, it
Yeah, that
wasn't a
was a good
bit, but
bit
it
though.
didn't hit my foot.
Okay, okay,
No, luckily
yeah,
I haven't really cut myself in a good way yet.
yeah,
But here's how this all started, right? I never aimed to be a collector of things. I find collecting to be like borderline hoarding. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And you can't take anything with you. So I learned a very valuable lesson because I used to be very materialistic. And then when I was
yeah,
about when the shit hit the fan in my life, I had a storage unit that contained all of my earthly possessions. I'm talking about memorabilia, like stuff from the Mighty Ducks movie. I had over 100 signed NHL hockey jerseys. I mean, so much stuff. I could just keep going and going. But everything I owned was in this storage unit, and I lost the storage unit. So I literally lost everything I ever. I don't own anything that's more than 3 years old, right? Not a
yeah,
sweater, not a fucking cup, not a shot glass, nothing. It's all gone. So that really forced me to
yeah,
detach from physical things. So when I was coming up on my 4 year sober anniversary. And while I was on the street, I used to steal pocket knives all the time. I would have them as a tool, use them for protection. Sometimes
yeah,
I would trade them for dope. Sometimes I would sell them. But there were four knives that I would regularly grab. I mean, I must have stolen these four knives 10 times each from Walmart, AutoZone, places like that, right?
yeah,
So for my 4 year anniversary, I thought it'd be cute to gift myself a commemorative display of these four knives that I used to steal, right?
yeah,
To remind me of the struggle and the journey. I mean, it was hard out there, guys, for three
yeah,
years. And so I went on YouTube and I started trying to find these knives, and I fell down a fucking rabbit hole, bro.
yeah,
And all I can say is that these little things bring me such joy. And being a collector, I've just found so much joy in it. I've never had a hobby in my whole life. I
yeah,
never had a credit card. I just opened up my first credit card a year ago. So I never spent money on myself. I never got interested in any like little subgenre. So immersing myself in it and starting to learn all about it has been tremendously therapeutic. It's given me something to take my mind off stressors and things like that. And I've made tons of relationships with all kinds of new friends. So it's been
yeah.
a lot of fun. I'll be honest. Yeah, and if you anybody wants to send me a knife, you're welcome to do it. This one is very special. This is the Monterey Bay Knives River Otter. It's a CNC made knife. I'm sorry, it's a handmade knife, not CNC. This is titanium milled by hand, and it's designed by Ray Laconico, who's one of the most prolific knife designers, and this is the company that he works with. So these are very exclusive. They only make maybe 20 of them a year, and as
That's
soon as they
wild.
drop, you can't get it. It's like bots. So
Yeah.
the only way I got it was the knife. The guy who owns the company is a Mighty Ducks fan.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
So I told him I needed one, and he made it available for me to purchase. So River
Yeah.
Otter, baby. People in the knife world, when they see this, they're like, "Oh shit, who the fuck are you?"
Yeah. We need a custom Mighty Ducks knife to be made for sure.
True.
I know, right?
Because that'd be pretty badass. That the green and yellow, the duck, and
I do
also
have this one.
oh
Oh, that's
that's
sick. Yeah.
that's dope.
Check that out. He's got put my picture on there.
That's great.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean this thing's wicked. So
That's
this isn't a Mighty Ducks knife per se, but he modded it out. And oh
yeah.
man, this is also a wicked fucking knife. Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Well, it's sick, and you have also you put like you have those like the Mighty Duck shoes, like the Goldberg versions that are fucking sick.
They are, bro. They're better in person
Those
too.
yeah, those are really dope. Um but yeah, it's cool also just like getting like just like randomly you're getting the knives and then you find this top guy in like the knife industry. It's a Mighty Ducks fan and like I don't know. I think things always happen for a reason in this world.
Yeah, dude,
It's like,
absolutely.
and it probably felt so random first. Like, yeah, I'm just like into knives again, and then all of a sudden, like, yeah, it just the path leads you to someone that
The
you know,
problem I'm having is that Instagram and Meta, they do not like knives. So it is me putting up content about knives has eviscerated my Instagram. So I used
yeah,
to get 100 to 200 new followers a week, and
yeah,
now I've had 13 in the last 90 days.
yeah. I've been
So
like
they're just
shadow
not
banned like
showing.
that too because
Yeah.
I put I'll put like videos because wanted to go through every single genre of wrestling and kind of like take a look at it, have my own perspective on it. So I spent like a good year deep diving deathmatch wrestling because it's a very
Interesting.
interesting subgenre. And but there is a lot of blood so like there is a lot of weapons, especially the giant light tubes and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
after posting those for a bunch, doing well, and then all of a sudden, like I noticed, like I'm not like getting any new followers. I'm having a post that, like for instance, I had some posts that had like 500,000 views, and usually when using like social media for a while, when you have an idea of like, okay, this post is probably going to get me like 100 new followers or whatever, and like there just nothing was happening, and it
Yeah,
was like
yeah,
flagging people as bots and stuff. So I'm just like, motherfucker, dude. And they already, but I still it hasn't fucked with the views so much, but yeah, it's just like I think it flags people and like they try to add you and it just doesn't. They just sit in purgatory and like they can or
Interesting.
something. I don't know. But it's
Interesting.
fucked because it's not like all you can do is send like a message to some bot that doesn't get back to you and there's
Yeah.
no
Customer
human
service isn't the
interaction. Yeah,
best.
there's no customer service line where you can be like, hey, like what the fuck's going on? Like,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Try getting a hold of somebody at Google. I dare you.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
The
yeah, for
largest fucking
sure.
company on earth, and they don't have
Yeah,
somebody answering the telephone, and we
yeah,
just sit there and take it.
yeah. Just not. And it's a good business model by them. It's just like, yeah, we don't want to deal with that or even have to pay people to talk to people. It's just it is what it is. Sorry,
Yeah,
go to
man. Meta
Google
can, Meta can
and
be pretty frustrating. I had a bunch of charges come out of my PayPal. 3 charges from $50, and they don't tell you what it's for. And
what?
I did not purchase anything on Meta, so I'm currently in the process of trying to get back $150 that they took out of my PayPal. And it's been like 2 months now. I've been going back and forth.
Yeah,
So it's
Yeah.
challenging. You have to
probably gonna
have
take a while. Yeah,
Yeah.
we have to have a lot of trust in these big companies, guys. Really,
yeah, and
we have
that's
to
it's
hope.
scary.
We have to hope that the people running them are positive actors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, if not, the world pushes back,
I
as
suppose, but what does that look like? What does it look like when we push back?
I
yeah,
I think
mean,
most. I think most people just like are happy to express their discontent, but really, like, what are the actual tools that we can use to affect change? Like,
yeah,
what can we do?
true.
Kind of have to sit there and take it.
yeah. Well, you look at the extremes of like what the Luigi dude did and stuff as far as
Yeah.
becoming CEO, but like is that gonna change the insurance company world? Is it gonna make
No.
Probably
United
not.
Healthcare's
Just gonna,
denial
yeah.
rate less than
Security's gonna go up
32%?
for CEOs, and that's about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
Is that
can.
what happened? They figured out that he did that because of he was resentful about a
Yeah,
coverage issue.
I think he was
yeah,
denied. Yeah,
yeah, and that's why like the
getting like
bullets all
some kind of
had like
surgery.
yeah, and each bullet had like what did it say like
It said
depose,
deny, defend,
deny,
depose, and that's like what the insurance companies do. That's like their
their levels of
three tiers of how to basically
Bro,
yeah,
tell them we're not
I
paying.
don't believe any of that shit. I believe in this program. What's the program where they fuck with your mind?
MK Ultra.
MK Ultra. I
yeah,
believe in
Now
MK
we're
Ultra.
cooking.
I don't see how this guy who's a fucking valedictorian,
yeah.
valedictorian, guys, and is
Yep,
gonna go
Ivy
do a
League
murder
school.
like that in broad daylight.
Yeah.
I mean, a valedictorian would at least be smart enough to do it at night, not in front of 20 fucking cameras, knowing full well he's going to go to jail like that. Something's not.
And no, there's something's really weird about it. And also, like, he was a step ahead of them as far as, like, when he went to the bus stations, they had no camera footage, but they had no idea what one of 100 buses he could have taken out of the city. And then he's just found in broad daylight at a McDonald's with the murder weapon on him still, with just, like,
something is bullshit.
There's something creepy about it.
With the Trump shooting, the assassination attempt. Something was bullshit.
It's weird.
There, dude.
Yeah, his whole house was scrubbed. You know what I mean? Like, there was no silverware in there, and like
you get shot in the fucking ear. Yet I don't even see a scratch on there. Shouldn't he have a piece of his ear hanging off? You got shot with a rifle bullet, bro.
Yeah, people never seen a Mike Tyson fight. Come on.
Yeah.
What the fuck's going on?
But that's what's fucked up.
He should have a Tyson fight.
Because I remember thinking, like, you know, before 9/11 as a kid, like, when you see stuff on the JFK assassination, even as a kid, you're just like, how did people just, like, eat this shit up? Like, it's so obvious it wasn't this dude acting alone. Like, how did society just have that fed to him? Like, okay, we just have to deal with it. We have to accept it. And then we're seeing it in real time, you know, now.
Utter trust in the media without the thought that, hey, these guys might be lying to me. You believe what they tell you. That's it. That's why. That's how they're able to perpetuate that shit.
Yeah, and then back then there was less options too, as far as news.
100%. And you listen to Walter Cronkite tell you Lee Harvey Oswald shot the president. That's what it is.
Yeah,
you know?
And then some random mafia guy, Jack Ruby, killed him before he could really talk or anything.
Yeah, we don't know what happened. It was
nothing weird going on here.
Yeah,
nothing
don't
weird
worry
happening here, dude. Nothing spooky here.
Yeah,
Move along, dude.
Real weird.
Yeah, it's wild for sure. And
yeah, so long story short, I think somebody wanted this guy gone with, right? For some sort of strategic plan. And so they exit out an assassination. I don't believe this guy just had a gripe and decided to go murder the CEO of the insurance company. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, and just everything about and just if everything isn't clear and cut with it too, you know, there's just things that don't add up, and when that happens, it's very odd. And like, I don't know if you saw the video of like him like yelling as they were like bringing him in to like one of the jails or prisons or whatever. Like the reporters are outside and like.
Yeah,
it's hard to tell what he's saying.
They're treating us like we're dumb.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, something like about
they're parasites.
Yeah, and it's wild. But it's also like very similar too to like you look at the Unabomber. Like he went to either Harvard or Yale. I think it was Harvard, and that was like some MK Ultra shit, you know. And like they were having him sit down, giving him like LSD, and then while he was on acid, like purposely giving him like bad trips, like is interrogating him and like trying to change his point of view on things. And like they'd ask him a question and they'd be like, no, that's not like, and then he would,
with his head.
Yeah. And then his whole thing was, you know, how the like technology industrial complex like is going to take over and make things worse. So that was his whole gripe. So he just lived out in the country and just, mailed some bombs out.
And I think this Luigi guy, like, because they're going through like every single thing that he's done on the internet ever.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there was some stuff where he was like sharing stuff with the Unabomber in like a positive light.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think so. So I think that's where his head is at.
Friend circle.
He's got a kinship.
Well, it's like if you get into like the radical mentality, it's like you're not going to get rid of a corrupt government by killing the dictator. You know what I mean? They're just going to put a new person in the place. So it's like,
taking the head off of the snake.
Exactly.
So just some other suit takes his spot. And I don't think it's going to make any difference. And because United Healthcare, one of the biggest insurance companies, it's insane that their denial rate is 32%. So it's like 1 out of 3 people have a claim shot down.
Yeah.
You
the
know?
thing that it can do though is open people's eyes to the fact that we're getting shit on. You know what I mean? Maybe we can do something about it.
Then what do we do? I feel like they've conditioned us so bad. I mean, don't forget how this country started, right? We made a country because we don't want to pay a 1 cent tea tax.
Yeah.
Now look at where we're at.
True.
Yeah.
Half of my money goes to tax. It's insane in California.
I know. Yeah. Cali's taxes are wild. That's why like I wish there was a state that I would want to live in that has no state income tax, like, but it's like Tennessee, Texas,
Florida's nice, bro.
Florida.
Florida's real
Florida
good.
is probably the best choice out of those three, I would say. But
I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
trying. I'm just trying my best to live in a state of confusion. Am I right?
yeah.
I got that nailed. I am
uh,
literally. I actually say that in my stand-up act. I say that. I say I'm in a perpetual state of confusion. I don't know what to make of anything, and it's
yeah,
true.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
And,
It's
and
wild.
it's very annoying. It's very annoying when somebody doesn't have that stance. It's very annoying when somebody thinks they do know what's going on because
Yeah,
they start to like really believe their own beliefs. And it's like
yeah.
what you're
yeah,
saying is just a belief you have. What are you talking about?
yeah. I
Yeah.
know they say it as like a law, but and like people like
Right.
that are people that never grow because like
Yeah.
one of the most powerful
Yeah.
things is like being wrong about something and learning something new, and you have new
Yeah.
perspective. You know now, and people like that aren't open to that. They're not open to being
100%.
wrong. Like, and you got to be like, I don't know, when I'm wrong about something and someone tells me like, no, it's actually this. It's like I think it's powerful. I'm like, okay, all right, but like also
100%.
being able to just be open to that, and because you do grow and you're trying to learn and you're trying to because we're all here, we're all like observers, really, and like picking, learning from each other,
Yeah.
and like you can't be closed off to that. And
I
yeah,
go through life like this. If you can imagine somebody in a dark room when the lights are off, how you walk in a dark room, that's how I go through life. I
yeah,
don't act like I know where I'm going and every step is sure-footed. I'm literally in a state as soon as you think you know, then you stop investigating. You
yeah,
stop being open to I really think there are miracles happening every second, right? This is a miraculous transition that's going on. The universe is working as a potter's wheel just to keep our atoms from separating into a trillion particles.
yeah,
This is a miracle, guys.
it
So being
is.
constantly aware of that, being in a moment to moment state of active, dynamic observation is, it's the way to
Yeah,
live.
yeah. My mindset was always like, I don't ever want to think I know everything because then there's nothing left to learn, and it's just like, what am I fucking doing here? If I know everything, there's no more growth left. There's nothing to, yeah. If you just know everything, that must be, I don't know. I guess your ego and I guess your narcissism is being fed, and that's cool. But yeah, there's because
Well,
we were saying like different humans throughout life.
My yoga teacher said this, and it's a thought that I've attached to. He says that the human body is like an antenna, and if you hold it in the right way, you can download the entire cosmos. It's just a matter of
I like that.
Yogis spend years trying to sit in the perfect alignment. It's like a TV antenna. If you align it perfectly, you get reception. But if it's not aligned, what do you get? Nothing. It's snow.
Yeah.
So most people we're stuck on snow. We need to learn how to align our antenna, and then everything that needs to be known is already known in here. And I know this is a reality. This is not like some
definitely
possibility because I've touched this space by accident one time. That's how I know it exists.
Just in simplistic terms, like everything comes from ideas and we channel them. You know what I mean? So it's like the idea of like the antenna, I think that's very valid because an idea is where anything starts from. Anything that's built, anything that, happens.
Started with a thought.
Yeah. I like the people. I don't know if like I actually believe it, but like I think it's funny. They're like, yeah, if anything you've thought of, like it exists in some reality somewhere, So like that's always funny to me.
That's a crazy thing to think about.
Yeah, it is, and like because then it makes me try to think of really funny shit, like some planet with a bunch of like
the intro of Slacker, the Richard Linklater film. The first 5 minutes is that.
That's right. He's like, he gets into the cab
alternate reality. So
he's like, if I got off the train and then I took a bus, then my reality would have been different. If I did this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen Slacker, but I don't remember it.
It's a good
It's
one.
like
Richard Linklater's movies, bro. He's a master.
Well, you
Yeah,
co-starred with his daughter, so you got the
Yeah.
connection.
That's
Yeah,
so
hit 'em up.
cool.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
It's playing that like Kevin Bacon game. You're one human away
Well,
from Richard.
I'm approaching the closure of my window of time, but
Yeah,
I want
yeah.
to pitch you guys. I want to pitch you guys a project that I've been thinking about for several months, and I just pitched it to Averman yesterday, who is a very accomplished screenplay author. He really has studied the craft for a decade or more now. He knows what he's doing, and so I pitched him this idea. He loved it. He's on board. So I'm officially making this my next project to try to manifest. I'm sure you guys watched Why Not Weiss on YouTube.
Yeah. I've seen that.
So I like making stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Why Not Weiss happened as a result of a failed pilot that we made for HBO, and they passed on it. So I decided, fuck them, I'll go make it myself. That's how that happened. And that was kind of like the beginning of my spiral into oblivion, was because I got 30 people to work with me on this project, and they were all trusting me to take them to the promised land. So when it got canceled, I felt like I had failed them. It was very hard for me to deal with because these were my good friends, and my ambition. I don't care to be a TV or movie star, guys. It's not fame. It has no attraction to me. So I was making the show to provide for all these people.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler set that example for me many years ago. I saw how he treated his crew and how all these people relied on his movies for their livelihood. There's probably about 150 families that he supports.
Yeah.
Whole families that are existing because of his comedies. That's why he does those movies.
Yeah.
Those people, he doesn't need to do another movie, right? So anyway, this is my next project. I had an idea where in real life, actually, the Mighty Ducks guys and the Sandlot guys, we tend to meet up at these autograph conventions. And we have a good time hanging out, and we hang out with there's a lot of other people, old friends that we see. It's a cool place for us to all get together, these 90s cons. Well, most of the time, when you do one of these cons, somebody is out to fuck you. Whether it's the promoter of the con, whether it's some vendor, somebody is trying to screw you. And one time we had an experience where, we have a guarantee our guaranteed fee that we get. Yeah. And one time we were at a convention and the owner left before paying anybody their guarantees.
Jesus.
We were all getting fucked. And so out of like a lot of money, like 5,000-6,000, which hurts, when you're expecting $5,000.
Yeah.
So I started thinking, the guy has got probably $30,000 cash in the safe in his hotel room just from the admission that people paid cash to get into the convention.
Yeah.
Why don't we go and get that fucking money? So basically, I'm doing a funny robbery cape, like a bunch of child actors think they're going to do an Ocean's 11.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome, and
that sounds awesome. Yeah,
that's amazing, dude. Because and having different child actors from different films and stuff like that, and kind of combining it was what we were talking about earlier. It's like connected to reality. It's like it's a very reality driven idea too. So it's just like
100%.
Yeah.
And and just watching us try to come up with like a genius plan to distract this guy while we rob him just is a funny caper. Like I'm laughing or just thinking about it. So I have a couple of producers in mind. I'm good friends with Jonathan, not good friends, but Jonathan Lipnicki from Jerry Maguire. You guys remember?
Yeah, absolutely.
He's blossomed into a very workable producer out here. And I was going to do a series with him this year, but it fell through. So I'm figuring out how to approach him with the synopsis for this idea. Because I think mainly the motivation is to get out there on set to be shooting with these guys. I mean, that would be just the most fun thing in the world.
Definitely.
Yeah, and I think it would be like the thing we were talking about Mighty Ducks, where it'll translate as far as you guys having chemistry and having such a fucking good time, you know? And
Like
that's the real shit we want.
having
And
you
the
and
Sandlot
Patrick
guys,
Reina, yeah.
the Sandlot
Yeah.
guys are hysterical because they're a rough group, bro. Like we're exactly the opposite. Like when the Ducks are together, like you'll hear us tell each other, like, I love you. We say that.
Yeah.
And the Sandlot guys, fuck you, cocksucker, motherfucker. I mean, it's the exact opposite.
Yeah. I
feel like that
there-
makes sense.
Sandlot is like an alternate universe of Mighty Ducks for sure. Like I don't know.
Definitely.
Like McKenna is probably the alt version of Goldberg, and
Yeah. And it's very obvious when we're all together.
Yeah, that would be amazing. And I mean, we're at the point where it's like the 90s is, every kind of decade goes back to it because most of the writers, producers, and are people from the 90s. So they want to talk about shit from their era, and show it and that translates to fashion, art, music, all of it. So like, yeah, I think that would be fucking very attractive for humans to get together and watch.
Yeah, and not
Take
a
a
lot
break
of
from the
money.
drones.
100%. And we don't need a lot of money. It's something we could do on fucking iPhones, literally. And it's just very workable. It's a comedy idea. Like once you have a good vehicle, a good idea that is fertile, then it's a lot of fun shooting. When you go out there and you don't really have a good premise or something, it can feel like pulling teeth. But this idea just feels like it writes itself,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And if you need
At
any
least I know I
extras,
sold
dude,
3
let
tickets.
us know.
Oh, for sure.
If you need
No,
some
yeah,
background extras.
Convention goer 1, 2, and
Yeah,
3. You're looking at them.
Well, what do you think I should call the movie? I need a working title. So far, I was just thinking about calling it The Convention. Convention?
Yeah,
because it is a con. Yeah. Do you have an idea of like who to make like the evil convention guy that runs it?
No, not yet.
Yeah.
Let's help me think about it.
Dude,
Yep,
Pauly Shore or
John
Jamie
Lovitz.
Kennedy?
Pauly
John Lovitz.
Shore.
Pauly Shore would be pretty
That would
funny
be pretty
as an
good.
evil fuck.
Did you say John Lovitz, Chris? That would be good.
Chris with John Lovitz.
I can't believe you
Yeah.
said Pauly Shore because I actually do have a deep affinity for that guy. I love him, and I think he's fucking hysterical.
Well, I was gonna say earlier when we were talking about stand up, like I would say I saw him in Vegas, like this was like early like during COVID, but like he said fuck it, and like him and Jamie Kennedy both just kept doing stand up, and it was kind of smart because no one else was, so they were getting a lot more eyes on them, and like people did want to go out and do things, and like Pauly Shore's stand up is similar to yours, and like he will talk about his films and his actual life and stuff, and then mix it in with jokes and kind of it's like. And it's free form too. Like he sees what like the audience is and he's having laughs.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of
He doesn't go up there with a script. Yeah.
Yeah. And he definitely takes like an actor's approach to it too, for sure. And yeah, it's
Guys,
definitely interesting.
He's been in that club since he was fucking 4 years old, bro. You gotta be good
I
at
know.
it. You gotta
Yeah.
be.
I know. And he had Sam Kinison and all these they were like his uncles basically and just second
Imagine
nature
Sam
to him.
Kinison's your fucking babysitter.
Yeah. Yep, and that's what Pauly, that's what he definitely is a different type of breed.
Pauly is the homie, and all he does is get people laid for a living.
I could see that.
Professionally. If you go out with Pauly and you're hanging out with Pauly, he's getting you your dick sucked.
Yeah.
You heard it here. Thank you, Pauly.
Yeah, he's a giver. Thank God for Pauly Shore, dude.
What a guy.
Thank God. But yeah, he would be a cool convention villain for sure, running it because things I've seen him do, like projects where he's like his character's a dickhead. It's pretty.
I have another
funny.
title idea.
He's a great idea. I was good when you were mentioning it. A guy that popped in my mind was Leguizamo. I think he could be a funny guy.
Definitely.
Leguizamo would be fucking great too.
You could call it. This is another possible working title. You could call it Nostalgia Con. You know what I mean?
Nostalgia Con?
Yeah, because it's like a nostalgia convention, but also like you guys are All right, whatever. Well, I'll get back to the drawing board. All right.
Here's the thing about wrestling. I had a whole evolution about wrestling because when I was a kid, I loved it because I believed it. right?
Yeah.
When you're very young and Hulk Hogan and all that. And then I hit a stage where I was like, what is this shit? It's fake, right? And I resented it. Why are you people watching fake shit? And then I watched it again a couple years ago and was just blown away by the athleticism and by the
Yes.
moves these guys are doing. Like, listen, some guy picks you up and throws you out of a ring onto the floor. That's real.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, yeah.
Like,
It's
that shit hurts.
Yeah. They're like actors and stuntmen, and they
Yes.
also like comedians. They have to play
Stuntmen.
off the crowds. They'll change the
Yeah.
match based off of like, nah, they're not feeling this. We need to fucking do this. And
Yeah.
Right.
yeah,
So when
that's
you let go of the idea that like they're trying to fool me and you just accept it as the show that it is, it's awesome. It's totally awesome.
I
So
mean, it's like a film, you know? Like
yes. But if you're looking at it and you're expecting MMA, you're going to be like, fuck this.
Yeah.
So you have to just understand that that's not what it is.
Yeah, it's just a TV show about pro wrestlers and their weird stories and shit. And yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean.
So I guess we'll let you go, but do you want to give us a holiday greeting for our listeners?
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. This is Shaun Weiss. A lot of people know me as Goldberg, the goalie. A lot of people know me as the fat kid from Heavyweights. And a lot of people know me from TMZ. And I am here hanging out with the guys and want to wish everybody a happy and healthy holiday season and Happy New Year. Whack, whack.
Absolutely, dude. And that's how you end a
There's-
fucking holiday special.
There's
There
one
it
more
is.
drone update I just see right now.
Oh no.
Oh
what is
god.
A man shot down a drone, and it's
Yes.
his name is Seymour Butts.
Come on.
Fucking
Come
dick,
on.
dude.
Oh no!
What a sick fuck,
You're a
dude.
sniper.
You
no.
onion
You're a
dust, dude.
sniper, bro. You are a fucking
Dude,
sniper.
You sick fuck, dude.
There it is.
Thank you so
That-
much, Sean, for doing this.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you, man. And we'll have
You guys
to
are welcome.
obviously
It was a pleasure.
revisit this again one day and yeah, send you any ideas because that project seems fucking awesome for sure.
Yeah, I'll keep you guys posted on how that moves along.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. We're
All
all
right,
gonna
guys,
get
it's
in bed
been
and
great
yeah.
meeting all three of you. You're all three
Thank
really awesome, special guys, and keep in touch. And I appreciate the podcast.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course, we will.
100.
Take care.
Loved
All right,
having you
man.
on, man. Yep. You have a good holiday season, man.
All right, take care, guys.
Take care.
Later.
Invasion angle.
Bet you love that sweet ass podcast. I am John Cena and I approve this message. Boobies.